Warning. The B3F podcast may contain language or subject matter that may not be suitable for kids. You've been fucking warned. Check out some friends of the show. The Two Brothers Podcast. The Trevor Jackson Podcast. Dem Jackson Boys. The Dumbass Dudes Podcast. Pop Culture Warrior. Happened in the 90s podcast. Follow at The Andy Harris on Twitter. Go to our website at b3fpodcast.com for merch. Click on Tell Us What You Really Think to leave a completely anonymous review of each of us.
Oh,
yeah, just some sick fuckers and I like that.
Enjoy the show, you cunts.
You remembered everything but turning the volume up.
It was intentional. It was
Oh,
it was
okay.
a slow fade in.
So what was it?
It was
pretty quick fade in.
Yeah. Well, you know. I like to think about the drama that it's gonna, the tension that it's gonna put in.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I see.
Well, we're here for another week.
So I love the fact that you bought a motorcycle this week and then it proceeded to dump 6 inches of snow on it.
I
So
know.
you couldn't drive.
Yeah,
You got about one day of riding out.
Oh, yeah, no, the day I bought it's the only day I got to ride it because I bought it Thursday, and then Friday it was just I stayed home with Lyric all day. So
Right.
I didn't, well, and I wrote it. Let me phrase that. I wrote it for like 10-15 minutes on Friday.
I see.
But that's it.
That's
So
so
I've got
funny to me.
I've got a good 45 minutes on that bitch.
Oh gosh.
Shit.
I mean, so this is in Michael Jackson's voice. You are not alone. I'm here. Yeah, you're right. This is an episode for Trevor.
Yeah.
No guests.
Yeah.
It's here for Trevor. It's funny. Trevor couldn't be a guest on the show tonight, but he could sit and watch.
Yeah. Well,
the
his
show.
wife told him no.
Yeah, I know. I got it. I get you.
But I feel like though when that's the
She
case,
broke out that vanilla Coke pussy. And he said, no.
No, I feel like that he's sitting over there like he's got an earbud in one hand and he's just got his hand kind of over his ear
Yeah,
like
she's
he's
like,
resting.
Trevor, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, but you got talking about good ear.
It's like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. But let's go ahead. What do we grab back?
Oh
into
yeah.
tonight?
So I went to go get, and you mentioned it last week in passing, in joking to someone that we're gonna do Mad Dog. This is Mad Dog 2020 this week, and so I went to go get it, and they didn't have it. And I went into the guy and I said, probably hadn't had anybody ask you this for a long time. Looking for Mad Dog 2020. You may know it as Mogan David, but no, I didn't say that. I said, I'm looking for Mad Dog 2020. He goes, huh? And he looked at the other guy and he goes, you got any Mad Dog here? And the guy was like, no, we hadn't had that for a long time. I was like, yeah, I didn't figure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was thinking we should do a poor person liquor series that all we do is we get like we got Colt 45 last time. We get some Mad Dog, we get some Mickeys. And I'm running out and then we start with like the really bottom barrel like plastic
King
bottle.
Cobra.
Yeah, King Cobra.
I saw King Cobra in a 42-ounce plastic bottle tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, but then you move on to like the very, very bottom shelf liquors. Everything that's all in the plastic bottles, like the Old Crow shit.
Oh yeah, Old English.
Yeah, Old English. Yeah, all the like really.
Sure.
That's all like
Go
it's
get
never
some natural ice.
$5 a bottle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No.
I found one. It was like
Natty Ice doesn't count as too well known.
Well, it's the cheap stuff. It's poor people.
Yeah.
Just like natural
But
light.
no. My thing is though, if hipster kids ever know about it, it doesn't count. Because otherwise you get your PBR. I mean, it's expensive as fuck now, but PBR used to be low end beer.
Poor persons.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's not about popularity. It's about whether it's cheap.
No,
or not.
it's about current poor person beer.
Well, natural.
Natty
ice.
Light's gotten a little pricier.
Not Natty Light. Natural ice.
Natural ice. Gotcha.
Natural ice.
Gotcha.
Yes.
My bad.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
but it's difficult to get people to understand the grab bag when you're trying to, when they're like, well, you guys, you could drink this. And I was like, no,
You just give me random shit in a bag, man.
I was like, no. And he's like, well, what about scotch? Like, nah, I've never met a scotch I liked.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, how you feel about tequila? And I was like, not feeling it tonight. I tell you that much. I said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a bunch of airplane bottles.
Yeah.
He said, oh, you're just going to grab bag? He's like, yeah, because then I know what we like and I know what we don't like. And I'll get some of that too. And they're like, huh.
Yeah.
And I said, Well, you know, when you've been friends for 25 years, you do this shit to each other.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I guess you do.
Yeah, with the risk of making yourself miserable
Sure.
too, because I like the risk of knowing that you could be more miserable than me.
Oh, for sure. All right. So,
and you know, really though, I'm a little disappointed. I was kind of looking forward to the Mad Dog.
You know, and I was too. I went in there thinking,
and I'm thirsty. This isn't going to quench my thirst.
I meant to bring you a Coke.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Have water. All right. I'll let you go first.
All right.
There's some decent stuff and there's some stuff you're not going to like.
Oh, I'm sure.
And there's 2 extra bottles to go in the suicide
Oh,
bottle.
God damn it. Immediately got the wild turkey honey. God damn it. And Trevor suggested honey to us and I made fun of him. I hate honey whiskey. God damn it.
Oh, I got Kahlua.
It's not terrible. That's
rum and coffee liqueur, right? Yeah. It's not bad. It's better than wild turkey honey.
Damn it. It's better than anything.
I don't know. Grappa's not better than that.
Grappa's not better than that. Fuck, you know it's not.
Ouzo's not better than that. You know, I almost got Jaeger to go in the bag.
Yeah, that'd been rough. Fucking cheers, you dick.
Yeah.
If we're sipping, that's not bad.
No, but over ice, it can get thick if you don't put it down quickly.
Yeah.
I love how Trevor says you're not alone and then promptly drops
leaves.
off the line. It's so funny. He's just gone. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
so like
God.
You mentioned earlier, like, so how was your week? How's your week?
My week's pretty good. I had to go out 2 nights had people coming down from work visiting. So went out late one night.
Right.
And then went out not late the next night, but still out 2 nights in a row with people from work. And other than that, you know, I have of Gabe's dog here this weekend, and that's annoying.
Yeah. Oh,
that's what I'm getting to. That's how my week's going. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Like she was great yesterday, and today it's just like she made up for it.
Right.
So we're getting her high. Like she has CBD dog treats.
Oh, for sure.
Chill her the fuck out. Yeah. But outside of that, not a bad week.
Dogs do really well with a lot of aspirin. In peanut butter.
I heard that if you give them antifreeze on the rocks,
they also really like it's sweet. Yeah. Sweet to the taste.
It's very
goes down smooth and then destroys their insides.
So how was your week?
My week was a fucking mixed bag. So there are some really, really, really good parts. So I had more good things this week than bad things, but the bad things pissed me off way, way more than the good things could compensate for.
Way worse.
Way worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, got so it's birthday this week. So whatever, like I don't celebrate on the day. I don't give a shit about it that much.
Right.
But
I made a point to not tell you happy birthday this year.
I noticed actually. My mom actually remembered to text me this year, which was
remembered.
Fine.
Really?
Yeah.
My family always texts me on my birthday.
Yeah. But it's 50-50, depends on what's going on. I had one year in Hawaii, the only person that wished me happy birthday was fucking Marlboro. I got a happy birthday coupon in the mail. But anyway, but we were talking to Amanda was like, because Flogging Molly was playing here on the 8th.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So I was gonna go and I was like, hey, I want to go to that. And then I got to think, and this was like Sunday we were talking about. And I was like, I'm going to the Dashboard show with Lyric on Thursday. And I was like, it's too much. It's too many people at one time. And a flogging because the Jimi World Dashboard show was at the Tennessee Theater.
Right. Which is seating, which is nice.
Yeah, but it's also a much different environment than an open floor general admission Flogging Molly show.
Sure.
And so I was like, no, I don't want to go to that. Plus, I already bought the tickets for this. I didn't want to spend the extra money, blah, 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 blah. And Amanda was like, well, shit. Like, what do you want for your fucking birthday then? I was like, nothing. I guess I don't care. And she was like, what? She goes, well, I want to get you something. I was like, how about a motorcycle? And she was like, all right, that sounds like a perfect birthday present. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because we've talked about it and I was planning on getting one.
Don't play.
Right. I was planning on getting one at some point. Like this summer.
I know. Yeah, you've been talking about it nonstop.
And so I went and got all the shit straightened out and picked
You
up
didn't get
Thursday.
what I thought you were going to get though. No. I didn't expect a Kawasaki.
Yeah. I was going to get, it was a Yamaha MT-09 that I was looking at or an Indian.
I knew you've been looking at an Indian.
So, but I was looking and I started looking like pound for pound. I tried to make like
you try to make a fiscally
a more fiscally, because buying the motorcycle is obviously not a fiscally conscious decision. For sure. But it's either spend $15,000 just for the name, and I mean a fucking sweet bike, or get like 4 times the bike of the power for like $6,000 less. Sure. And the only MT-09 in the area, not that anybody gives a shit about this, it had crate damage coming in, and they're like, well, we have these Z09s or Z900s, and I looked at them for a while, and I went and I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll get one. And god damn it, am I glad that I did. Such a fun bike. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, but I told my boss to go fuck himself on Thursday.
I heard.
Yep. And told him he could fire me if he didn't like the decision I was making. And then I fucking left. And then
dog shit on the bottom of my shoe. I knew. I was like, what the fuck is that smell?
And then I told him, fuck you, I'm not coming in Monday either. So I took Monday off. So we'll see what happens Tuesday when I get there.
Nice.
A lot of rage in my soul.
The highlight of my week is that I'm going with my youngest son to see Bert Kreischer tomorrow night at the Coliseum. Nashville Civic Coliseum.
I talked about the show before. Like I know you're excited about it.
And for those of you listening or watching, you can tell that he did not get back to us about coming on the show because I did reach out to him multiple different ways.
I didn't figure he would.
Yeah. But he also has a show that got through in tonight, whereas originally this night was free between two shows. Yeah. So he's in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So fuck him.
Yeah. But I will say that the Dashboard Jimmy World show was a fuck of a good show. Like it was.
Yeah, I bypassed on it.
Yeah. So I did that. And then like the last 2 days I've been watching nothing but fucking Conjuring Universe movies, like in chronological order. With lyric. Yeah.
Good. Me and Livy did that last year.
Yeah. We got one left, which is the third one.
Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
She loves them. And I don't mind her seeing them because I mean she's 13 now, but like they're dark, kind of violent, but there's no language in it. There's no fucking titties flopping around anywhere, shit like that. So
So did you skip any of them?
No.
Okay.
Well, with this one, to kind of for time's sake, we skipped the first Conjuring because she's seen it.
Okay.
So we went in order, and we're leaving out La Llorona this time.
That's a good one.
It is a good one, but it doesn't tie in that tightly like the other ones do together. In Conjuring 2, there's a quick reference to it. On the highway, but that's really about it.
So are you watching them in order of release or
chronological
in timeline order? Okay. So La Llorona's actually would be the first one, but
no, it's not.
You sure?
Yep.
Which one's the first?
The first one is Annabelle Creations.
No.
And the timeline absolutely is.
I don't think it is.
Or the Nun. I'm sorry, the Nun's the first one.
Maybe it's the Nun.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's Annabelle. But
no, it's Nun, then Creations, and then La Llorona's like in the last 4.
I don't think so.
I fucking can pull it up and tell you right now.
That's fine. I've looked at it on HBO Max and they had it in order and it was like the Nun or La Llorona was first, but it's not that important to me.
Let's see. That's order of release. Absolutely it is.
Oh, in order of release. I'm not talking about that.
I'm talking about in the timeline. It's Nun, Annabelle Creation, Annabelle, Conjuring, Annabelle Comes Home, Curse of La Llorona, Conjuring 2, and then Conjuring Devil Made Me Do It.
That's interesting.
Because the Nun is 1952 and 1971, the timeline.
Sure.
Creation is 1943, 52, 55, and 67. Annabelle is 1967. Conjuring is 68 through 71.
That's not that important. I trust what you're telling me. I'm just saying
because Curse of La Llorona took place in 1973.
Yeah. I was just thinking that something about the story of La Llorona, I think, is what I'm thinking about that puts it way back before.
Well, because it's a Mexican folk tale or whatever. So, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. So, yeah, you're right. I'm wrong.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Anyway, so Jimi Eat World Dashboard Confessional Show was great. Fuck Don and Saints of Sailors for having Chris Carrabba
with a big old fucking stick.
Yeah. Yeah. If he would have gotten him on here or called me or you and said, hey, Chris Carrabba's gonna be here, you should come meet him, then I would start getting my haircut there.
Chris Carrabba told the story on stage. He was like, hey, I need a haircut. And I was like, what kind of haircut place there in Knoxville? So I looked him up and he goes, I saw one called Saints and Sailors. And I was like, hell yeah. Went there. He goes, then I found out it's named after my song. And I met the guys and they were great dudes to hang out with. And they were super cool. So if you want to get your haircut and you live here, go to Saints and Sailors. Like, what kind of fucking plug is that?
Yeah.
And he gave tickets to all the barbers.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking cool of him, actually.
It is, but for sure.
Yeah.
But what would you do if you're Chris Carrabba and you're heading toward that long? You go, you find a place to get a haircut here. Why wouldn't you call him out from the stage?
Yeah, but I mean, well, it's like, why wouldn't you? But why would you too? It's just one of those things. Like if you travel a lot and tour a lot, if you find a barbecue place you like and that you ate for lunch and it was great, you're usually not going to be like, oh, I had the best barbecue at lunch today. Everybody should go to this place. You don't fucking think about it.
Did they give him a free haircut?
That I don't know. Probably.
And that's why you would do it.
Because Don probably, even then, if I'm, dude, at a certain level of musician, you get shit for free anyway.
Yeah. So, and if it's good, I'm saying if it's a good product, you should shout them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a rule, but you should do it.
No, because at the point that you went in there and took pictures with them and graced them with your presence is all the plugging you need to do. It's a nice thing to do. I'm not saying it's not a nice thing. That's why I'm saying I was impressed that he did. because in his position, unless they just like made a mark and I like if he and Don really hit it off and he wanted to, great. But just because I got a good haircut or a good meal, I'm not fucking.
Maybe he's in AA now and he's got to make like do good stuff or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. Which would I could even accept that. All I'm saying, like after you're on tour, like every place is the fucking same after a while. So I just thought it was very cool of him to do it. That's all.
It is. Yeah, I hated I didn't get to go to that show, but that was the grown up thing to do.
It was. I know you love him.
I know.
I got the vibe. The week. Again, I've had a lot of fucking fun, some cool shit this week, but the shit that's pissed. It was also, I guess, from a work perspective, it was a shit show of a week.
Yeah.
From a life perspective, it was a great week. But I have to revel through work every fucking day, so that's
I get it.
But anyway, what I was getting at is I have the vibe that I'm gonna get everything that I hate out of this bag tonight. That's how the week's gone. It's gonna be all the shit I hate the most.
So I had something for you. It is a news article, but I don't have the full article. I've just got the headline, and it's from Vice, and it's a whale blasted an ungodly amount of ass ham all over some divers. And it's
shit on him. That's fantastic.
The beast didn't stop shitting until a 100-foot wide poop NATO had fully engulfed the divers. So,
I like that.
I know. I thought you might like that, so I'd save that one.
Anytime animals do some fucked up shit to people, like I'm a fan. And I'm not talking about like a random mauling or murdering, even though that can be entertaining. But like when a whale shits on a bunch of people, that's fantastic.
So did you ever hear about those dolphins that were murdering people?
Yeah,
by shoving them in the underwater cave.
No, I didn't hear about this.
I cannot remember where this was at, and I don't know that it was off the coast of the U.S. I think it's somewhere else. But regardless, these young dolphins would go and they would just grab these people swimming and drag them into this underwater cave and like shove them in the underwater cave, and they would just die.
Did they eat them at all, or no? They just fucking sport killing people?
That's it.
That's amazing.
They're just big game hunting. I mean,
that's fancy. Like, who's the apex now, bitch?
Right. I mean, that's once you go in the ocean, you're no longer top of the food chain if you're just swimming. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, there's a very rare instances, period, that you're in a top of the food chain scenario if you're in the water, unless you're like in a submarine with weaponry.
Yeah.
And even then, there's a fucking Kraken out there somewhere that's going to take your shit down.
Yeah, for sure. There's a Meg. There's a Meg. And God forbid you don't have Jason Statham with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, these dolphins were similar to the monkeys killing the dogs by dropping them off the top of buildings. Monkeys just shoving people in the underwater cave, just shoving up in the cracks of the cave and just being like, what?
I
swimming off.
I weirdly love that shit. That's amazing.
It is. I mean, but what do you do? I mean,
nothing.
I mean, if we learned anything from the movie Jaws, you can't close the beach.
Right.
So, I mean, what there's, I don't know. I mean, how do you just tell everybody, hey, you're just going to have to swim with diver's knives, man. If a dolphin grabs you, just start stabbing. Right.
Yeah. I don't know, man. If it would, well, that's the type of shit. I think the reason I like it so fucking much is because, like, as humans, we want to control and have a point to control everything around us, like environment, nature, whatever. Like that's kind of what we do, is we conquer and destroy and do what the fuck ever. So when a seemingly lower creature starts just fucking picking people off and shit, I'm like, fucking. Nature finds a way.
Good on you. Right.
Nature finds a way.
There you go. Nature finds a way.
Well, that is just crazy to think of an animal that's that smart, because dolphins are smart as fuck.
They're very smart, which is interesting because they say the octopus are the smartest animal in the ocean.
Yeah.
But they also say they're on the level of a 3-year-old. I'm like,
right.
well, how fucking smart is that? Right. Like, I could kick the shit out of a 3-year-old.
Right. Yeah.
I could beat them in checkers all day long.
And, let me, give me a few hours and I'll absolutely force a 3-year-old's body through a fucking slit in the side of a wall.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you could do that. Absolutely. Oh God.
But I don't know, but the fact that like these dolphins are I don't know, they're sport killing like human beings.
It's like us going on a safari just to kill something massive and put the head on the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their wall. The cave is their wall. That's where they live, and they go into there and like, bag that one. The other day.
It would be the only would be more ironic is if there were like a pack of lions, like sport hunting people, and they've got like some, like if the
Lion's Den had, if they have, you're talking about if they have humans just on display in the Lion's Den? Or
no,
what are you saying?
No. No, my thought was going back to the whole Cecil the Lion thing. Like if a lion specifically picked out like a leader of a country that was like supposedly like the national lion or whatever, like this, like the president.
Like if Biden went on safari or just went to go take some photos.
Right.
Fellas,
what's up, Troy?
Troy?
Yeah. Yeah, but then the pack of animals just went to specifically kill a high profile person.
That would be funny.
Yeah. But dude, I love the fact that there's dolphin serial killers. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's interesting.
So I wonder though too, like within that group, if there was one or two specific dolphins that did more killing, like they were the antagonists. That,
right.
Hey guys, let's go fuck this guy up.
Sure.
Just like, hey, I don't know which one first was like, I'm stuffing that bitch in a cave.
Everyone else is just copycat killers.
Right.
That's it. They're just
yeah. Like or how to, because they do dolphins communicate and shit, right?
Sure.
So somebody took the initiative to start that fucking series.
It had to have been like, just like gang initiation. That's what it was.
Yeah,
it's like kill to get in,
or if they're all swimming around and one's like, and he was actually saying, "Hey guys, watch this."
That's it.
And grabbed one. No, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Fuck yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, the first one's the hardest. Everyone after
out.
That's just a piece of cake. It's easy.
Yeah, blood in, blood out, man.
That's right.
Oh fuck.
Oh man.
And there's a whole it's like, you ever shoved a tourist in a cave?
Those videos Steven does with the Deep Face app are classic. Did you do another one this week or something?
Amanda did one of me and her in Dirty Dancing. It was fucking
scary
as shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that one, I guess.
Yeah. The last one I did, I think, was it was like the Marilyn Monroe one or some shit like that.
I think so. Yeah. I think you put it out there, but anyway.
Yeah. I'm a classic kind of guy. That's what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So speaking of serial killing, I had heard that, and something I didn't know, but like BTK, that the African Chilean fish smart.
Yeah, but when's the last time you heard of an African Chilean fish fucking sport hunting human beings and stuffing them in caves?
That's true.
I rest my case.
That's true.
So
is Joey still doing his Jacob fast? No, I've moved on to the Daniel fast.
That was quick. Well done.
So
well done.
You're welcome. I don't know. So some things you just can't get out.
Yeah.
Pre-stick, things like that.
Right.
I didn't know this, like after the BTK, he took this long, like 20-year break.
Yeah. When they caught him and all that shit. Yeah.
No, before he was caught.
Right.
Like he just took this long break. And they assumed he had either died or been arrested on some other charge and was in jail or something like that. And then he reached back out and he's like, I think I found another one, guys. It's basically sending these letters. I think I found another one. And I did not know that he got caught in a really stupid way. That asking about the floppy disk. I just knew he got caught. I never really listened or paid attention to how he got caught, but asking, if I send you some information on a floppy disk, can you trace it? And the police were like, no, we cannot. And he was like, sweet, and send him a floppy disk.
Yeah.
I'm like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
This could be possibly the best killer that we've ever had.
Yeah.
Possibly. Just because you could take that long of a hiatus and still come back and be just as good as before. I mean, it's like, it's better than Michael Jordan taking a break and then going to the Washington Wizards, when he did, you know. So anyway,
it's true. Where's the malt liquor? I knew you guys weren't gangsters.
They didn't have it.
They didn't have it, man. We tried to find it.
We know where it's at. We'll have it next week.
So let me rephrase that.
And it's spelled malt.
The place, the place that we went, or that you went, didn't have it, and we didn't care enough to look at multiple locations.
I didn't want to drive to anything else. I know where I could get it now because they told me.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. There's the one place that we were going to go anyway, and they didn't have it. So I was like,
I'm not driving extra to get shitty liquor.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
So anyway, you know what? I might as well just do this new story that I got for, since we were talking about animals killing people.
Okay.
Because this one hits close to home.
Okay.
2 men killed by a camel that escaped from a Tennessee petting zoo.
What? Read that one more time.
2 men killed by camel that escaped from a Tennessee petting zoo.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah. So 2 men were killed by a rampaging camel that escaped from a petting zoo in Tennessee, according to local officials. I'm not going to read their names except for one of them's name is Tommy Gunn, and I got to believe that's not his real name.
Yeah.
Anyway, both from Tennessee died after they were cornered and attacked by the frenzied camel Thursday. And this article is March 12th. So this is today. This happened two days ago.
Fuck yeah.
So they were cornered. Let's see here. Cornered and attacked by the frenzied camel about 100 miles northeast of Memphis.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand this, and maybe I'm missing something and spacing out. The camel escaped
a petting zoo.
How do you get cornered by a fucking camel? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah,
so it says the hump beast was killed by responding law enforcement officers. The Obion County Sheriff's Office got a call about a loose camel attacking people near the Shirley Farms Petting Zoo around 4:45 p.m. Mm-hmm. When deputies arrived, they found. Let's see here. When deputies arrived, they found the 2 unconscious victims and the unhinged creature on the loose. Several agencies were on the scene to provide aid and get the victims to safety. As deputies moved one of the victims into an ambulance, the camel appeared and attacked a sheriff's officer vehicle.
It appeared.
It reminds me of that movie Lamageddon. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
As deputies moved one of the victims to an ambulance, camel appeared, attacked the sheriff's office vehicle. Officers were forced to, quote, put the camel down for the safety of everyone on the scene. How many of those guys are like fucking shooting a camel today, man?
Fuck yeah, bro.
Those are guys that used to be in the army and they were used to shooting camels and they hadn't shot a camel in a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they
succumbed to their injuries and were declared dead at the scene.
Succumbed to their injuries. But my favorite thing about, obviously it's amazing that if I ever get killed by a camel, make up a different story, especially if it's a petting zoo camel. But anyway,
real Joe Dirt.
Anyway, he's talking about me, beautiful.
Gotcha.
Which it looks like a mullet, but it's actually not a mullet. It's long. It's not just a party in the back. It's a party all over.
This says
but my favorite wording from that though is that the camel appeared.
Yeah, appeared. Yeah.
It's like poof.
So one of the victims' family members said that the 2 men had went to the farm to try to help capture the animal. The animal cornered them and attacked them, stomping the men to death. Stomped them to death.
Dude, I'm gonna start using the term camel stomp. I'm gonna camel stomp your ass.
A camel expert told the outlet that when fully grown, the animals have enough strength to crush arms and legs along with your neck while kicking forward and backwards.
So
most animals can only kick backwards.
I'm just like on a camel expert said.
Yeah. Camel expert.
Yeah. Not a zoologist, not a camel, a camel expert.
Which, if I'm translating that correctly, it's somebody that works the camel cage at the petting zoo.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. So,
can we start referring to ourselves as experts on various things?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
What do you want to be an expert of? What are you an expert of? You just decide right now.
Right.
Like if there were a court case and you were going to be called in as the expert on something,
right?
What would it be?
Oh man, there's so many things I'd like to pick. I'm gonna be the indecisiveness expert. They'd be like, we talked to an indecisiveness expert, and he said that sometimes people just don't know where to go when a camel's coming upon them.
When a camel just appears out of nowhere,
right?
They don't know what to do. Indecisive. You see, but you have, as the expert, you're going to have to take the stand,
right?
And you have to sit there when they say. So, in your expert opinion, do you think that these men were trampled by this camel? Do you think that this was the fault of the zoo? And you're like, well, I mean, it could be, but maybe not. I just can't. The guys could have provoked them, but they might not have been.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't decide.
I
am
could
a
be a licensed petting. Stephen definitely is a gerbil.
I'd get slapped by that gerbil that I'm pulling out of Joey's fucking butthole, dude.
Slapped by
or Joey's,
gerbil.
Whatever.
Yeah. I hope the gerbil's slapping my prostate.
Right.
The gerbil's just up there, just.
People talk about, like, do you remember that was a big thing?
Richard Gere.
Well, outside of Richard Gere, I know that, but I'm saying when we were younger, and that might come up, but everybody was talking about that was a big thing, at least in me and my friends when we were like 11, 12, 13, that like gay people put gerbils in their butts.
But the whole rumor was that Richard Gere had done it, and so,
right. But that bled over. What I'm saying is, what that bled over in our minds is that was something like all gay people put gerbils in their butts.
Sure.
That's what they did.
So it's amazing to me because that rumor was like before internet. Nobody just had internet at home.
No.
But I've heard people tell the story in California, like on podcasts or whatever. In California, like, I can remember when I was a teenager, that's the whole rumor of Richard Gere putting gerbils up his ass. I'm like, how the fuck did that spread everywhere in the country at the same time with no internet?
Yeah. Nobody
was carrying cell phones around.
Right.
You couldn't send that message on a beeper.
Right.
Pen pals? Did you ever have a pen pal?
No.
I did have a pen pal.
Well, No, kind of.
I had a German pen pal.
I had a missed opportunity is what the fuck I had.
No, I had a German pen pal once, but then Will and I would just meet girls and then get their address because obviously it's before cell phones and internet. We get their address and we mail letters back and forth to each other. That's before people started sending nudes.
Yeah,
I guess because it took a lot of effort to get nudes.
Yeah, that Polaroid. Yeah, that Polaroid.
Yeah.
Or in those little 110.
Right,
and then take the
girls
chance
that could
of never
afford
getting
Polaroids weren't sending nudes.
Right. Y'all getting canceled by that alphabet policy? Okay.
Oh, who cares? It's a rumor.
It's a rumor.
Listen, we're gay rumor experts.
According to a gay rumor expert spokesperson. Anyway, so I took time, like per the thing, and I reviewed Dumbass Dudes podcast on iTunes.
I saw that.
Yep,
you're a better person than me.
I was proud of the review because it was
a very good review.
Backhanded as shit.
It was. No, hold on, I'll pull it up and read it.
Yeah. Troy, you're running your mouth a lot tonight, buddy.
Sure he is. Into that holy water, aren't you?
The pastor's drinking tonight.
Yeah, they have to get their alcohol through rum cake. You just don't bake it. Right. All right, where's their podcast at? Right there. Let's see here.
Oh, god damn it.
So the review is, I hate these guys, but I hate myself, and it cuts it off. I'll be honest, I've never listened to a whole episode. I've listened to parts of episodes, mostly because I don't like podcasts. If I did listen to whole podcasts, I would more than possibly listen to this one. Evan has a beautiful voice and is very eloquent, although he doesn't stand up for Jesus enough. Benny doesn't like certain cuss words, but he's sweet on the inside and filled with very potent baby making juice. Joel has a beard. 5 out of 5 stars.
Because I believe in helping out other people.
Sure.
I'll see the Batman when I can watch it at home, just like Jackass 3D. That's how much I care about it.
Yeah.
Or not Jackass 3D, Jackass, whatever the fucking new Jackass is. Which I do very much want to see.
Jackass for life.
Jackass for life. But I will not pay to go see it in a theater and possibly have another panic attack like a bitch and then have you make fun of me for, more.
Well, but I'm a panic attack expert. Actually, no, I'm not a panic attack. I'm a little bitch expert. And that's what it is.
That's fair.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm a little bitch expert.
That's
officer. I'm a little bitch expert. This guy's not having a panic attack. He is just a little bitch.
Yeah. I was going a completely different direction when you said you're a little bitch expert.
I am a little bitch expert.
Little baby puppies that I put my penis into.
No. Oh God. They just put their mouth around my penis. I don't put my penis into them. Jesus. My eye is on fire.
Why what, Trevor? It's very you still why is it going through? Why is it still enjoying? That's fine. Good for you. Trevor. If you want to spend $1,000 to watch a fucking movie that you can wait 6 months on and see it at home for 6,
or you could just jailbreak a Fire Stick and watch it tonight.
That's true. Torrents are a thing.
Torrents are a thing. Yes. Interesting.
You're okay. Hold on. During the comments, Troy said, "Mike, because my soundbar is much better." That is factually incorrect, sir.
That is incorrect. Yeah.
Factually incorrect.
You're not getting the same sound out of your. I have a great soundbar, but you're not. You're not getting the same sound that you're getting from a movie theater. You may have surround sound, but you don't have 360 degree, 100 speaker surround sound. Anyway, I'm sorry. Troy's wrong. Look, I calls him like I sees him, and I'm a Troy's wrong expert.
Steve and Joey, do you know what a bussy is?
Yes, that's what the young kids say for pussy, and it's pronounced bussy. You a bussy.
Really?
Yes. Huh. Am I correct, Trevor?
No idea.
All right.
I am factual correct football face. Oh, man.
What?
He's name calling.
Yeah.
He called me football face.
Oof.
Insinuating that I have a very fucking pointed face and it's fat like a football.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm thinking of all kinds of things to say in my brain, but I'm not putting them in my mouth.
It's worse that you're thinking it. So
yeah. All right.
Hold on, I gotta rinse this.
God damn it.
Coffee shit out of my. It's like chocolate coffee.
Oh, bussy is a boy pussy. Okay. All right.
Bussy, not bussy. Bussy.
Okay.
It's like pussy with a B.
Okay. Whatevs.
And bust in is what you do to that boy pussy.
Yep. Boy pussy. What'd you get? Oh, you got the Rumplemans.
I don't mind it. I don't like it, but I don't mind it.
I'm gonna get something terrible. I know it.
It's not what I wanted. I mean, as far as if I had to
okay,
get shitty,
Bird Dog,
shitty.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So it's shit bourbon, but it's bourbon.
Sure. Yeah, I got something that was just
all right,
straight bourbon, but it got cheap shit. So
I'm good with that. Wash this nasty ass fucking honey out my mouth.
Okay.
All right.
So do something now. My wife just fall.
That'd be hilarious. Oh, so much better.
That Rumplemans is not as bad as I thought it was.
Well, give it time.
So
give it a few more sippers.
So you know what? While we're doing it, we might as well just do it.
Oh.
I already did 2 news articles just because I thought it would brighten your week.
Thanks.
So
make me feel better about the job I'm getting fired from soon.
Yeah, the motorcycle you're not get to drive for a week.
You're supposed to be like mid-70s by midweek.
You're right. I'm going to be in California where it's going to be lower 80s, and I'm not happy about that.
No, fuck California.
So Tom Morello says that these are the 3 greatest, not gayest, almost the gayest, 3 greatest guitar solos of all time.
Okay. First of all, fuck Tom Morello, but continue.
He's very talented, though.
He is very talented.
Let's see here. Where did it go? Okay. At number 3 is Jimi Hendrix's All Along the Watchtower.
Okay.
It's symphonically composed and incredible.
Okay.
Number 2, Jimmy Page's Stairway to Heaven.
Okay.
You can go with the Led Zeppelin 4 version or the live version from The Song Remains the Same.
Okay.
How do you feel about those?
I don't care.
So far. Number 1A and number 1B are the solos.
And that there
I know.
is the problem with Mr. Morello.
Yes. just say the top 4.
Yeah.
And just say number 1's tied, but the other one's coming at 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So number 1A and number 1B are the solos on Ozzy Osbourne's Mr. Crowley by Randy Rhoads.
Okay.
You could teach those on a college level musicology course or bang your head to them in a heavy metal parking lot.
Okay. Good for him.
Anyway.
I can tell you how many fucks I give about what any Tom Morello opinion might be, and that's 0. So
that's why I picked this article.
Give no fucks. And arguing or trying to even discuss. So, because that again, it's like, okay, what are the best guitar solos of all time? I don't know. The ones I enjoy.
Right. You know, whatever I'm listening to right now.
Yeah. Whatever. God, that was almost as bad as a BuzzFeed list as far as making my mad hair stand up a little bit.
All right. So here we go. Oh, come on, load up now. What we got here? I bet Joey sent nudes to his pen pal after getting his pictures developed at the 60-minute Photoshop. I was not rich enough. I was too poor to be able to get the pictures developed.
Did you ever watch the movie 1 Hour Photo with Robin Williams?
Great
fucking
movie.
Fantastic movie.
Great movie. Yeah. But no, I had to go to the, we'll have it to in about 7 days photo development, not 1 hour. I didn't have that kind of money.
Yeah. Do you remember that though? Prior to the 1 hour photo you'd send your shit off and then you get a phone call basically about a week later. It's like, oh, your photos came in. So
you take them to Walmart. Walmart would send them off. Then they'd call you and say, we got your pictures back. Yep. I knew people back during that time. They did 1 hour photo, but during that time as well. So I worked at Walmart and knew somebody that worked in the photo lab. Yep. And they said anytime that there were nudes or whatever, they developed extras and kept them in a drawer.
Oh, absolutely. They did.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
So,
well, that was when they could do the 1 hour photo on site. But prior to that, I mean, the people, wherever the fuck they went, I'm sure did.
Oh, I'm sure they did too. Yeah.
But yeah. And sometimes, at least the Walmart in Fayetteville, they were really shitty about remembering to call you. So if you hadn't everything like 5 or 6 days, you just went by there with your ticket and would be like, hey, have these come back in yet?
Yeah. You got my youth camp pictures in yet?
Right.
Oh, all right. So from CBS News, there's a hospital refusing a heart transplant for a man who won't get vaccinated.
Okay.
Boston hospital.
Private hospital?
I don't know.
Okay.
A Boston hospital says it won't consider performing a heart transplant on a patient who refuses to get vaccinated against COVID-19. DJ Ferguson, 31, is fighting for his life at Brigham and Women's Hospital. That's an interesting name. Brigham and Women's Hospital.
Okay.
And in desperate need of a heart transplant. His father, David Ferguson, is speaking out passionately on his behalf. Said he's gone to the edge of death to stick to his guns, and he's been pushed to the limit.
Oh my God.
It's kind of against his basic principles. He doesn't believe in it.
It's kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of against his basic principles. He doesn't believe in it. It's a policy they're enforcing, and so because he won't get the shot, they took him off the list for a heart transplant.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's against the law, but the way things are going nowadays, if the public outcry is swinging one way, laws don't matter.
Maybe, but I also feel like, because it's a heart transplant list, right? It's not like the guy's having a heart attack and they won't let him get treated in the hospital because he's, not vaccinated.
Don't tread on me, buddy.
Because there are a lot of, because essentially an organ transplant is an elective procedure.
Sure.
It is.
It is. But everything's elective, really.
Right. But what I'm saying is there are people that have kidney failure and shit all the time that don't get transplants because they can afford it. They're not on a list.
Yeah.
Whatever. Sure. Point being, an organ transplant, it's a luxury. It's a luxury to be able to get a new organ that can let you continue to live.
Sure.
Right. And so I don't think it's the same as saying we're refusing you treatment that you need unless you get the vaccine. It's you want a heart transplant. You want this. If you want it, you have to do X, Y, and Z. That's how I look at it. I don't think it's a legal thing because they're not denying him health care. They're denying him an elective surgery without. Whatever.
Sure. But that's a gray area.
Yeah, it's a gray area. I'm not saying
I don't consider it too gray of an area.
And I'm not saying it's ethically good.
Sure. I mean, because the first part of the doctor's oath is first do no harm.
Right. Well, that's why they want to be vaccinated.
Yeah. But not giving him a heart is doing harm. He will die.
But if he has COVID and spreads it to all the other people because he wasn't vaccinated, then he's doing less harm by letting him die.
Yeah, but you can't base your health care off of what a person may do later on in life. You have to base it off of what's going on right now. Anyway.
I don't care really. Again, I look at it's an amazing thing that you can get new organs and there's a list and there's all this other shit. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, good for you if you get the heart. But if you don't, well, fuck you. You're going to die anyway. At
some point, maybe that heart keeps you along till Elon Musk figures out how to keep us alive forever.
Right. I don't know. I'm curious because I don't give a lot of thought to the transplant thing. Right. Because for me, I just assume if I have an organ failure, I'm just all right, cool. It's let's wrap this shit up.
But if you had, if all it would take is a simple kidney transplant, which is a relatively run-of-the-mill thing now. Yeah, we're not talking about 50 years ago. But if it was just we just need to give you a kidney transplant and you'll be fine because you can go with one kidney. But would you do it?
Maybe it depends on situation, circumstances, my age. There's a lot of variables.
Oh, sure. If you're 90, don't.
You mean right now? If I needed a kidney and I couldn't just run on one, I needed the second kidney.
Both your kidneys failed and you needed one.
Okay. Maybe I'd think about. I'm not.
Troy, would you give him your kidney?
Yeah, I'm not going to say no because I might. I don't know, but sure. Depended. Okay, it depends on how much effort it would take to get on said list and get said kidney.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So,
but okay, put me in that position. I've been vaccinated from work, all that bullshit. But say that I didn't want to get vaccinated and I was against it. And they're like, well, you get a kidney or you get vaccinated. At that point, I think or you get vaccinated, get the kidney, or you don't get a kidney. At that point, I just had to make a decision. Well,
sure.
Am I going to get a kidney? Yes. Or am I going to get the vaccine? That's how so I put myself in that guy's shoes. I need a heart transplant. Well, these guys say, if I want one, I just have to get a vaccine. At that point, you're choosing to get the heart transplant or you're choosing not to get the heart.
Sure. Because I agree with that.
Because a vaccine, it's become it's against my moral beliefs. It's turned into that. That's not what the fuck it is. Right. It's I don't want to be told what to do. I don't trust this. I don't trust that, right. Which is a whole different conversation. Sure. But at the end of the day, is it worth getting a shot you quote unquote don't believe in to get a goddamn new heart?
Right.
So shut the fuck up and get the vaccine or die.
You can go down to Mexico. They probably don't care if you have the vaccine or not.
That's another
heart.
Yeah, 100%.
Easily.
I'm just saying that type of article is specifically to spin the whole political vaccine narrative.
It is, for sure.
Because I guarantee you, if the dude really, really needs a heart bad enough, he's going to get the fucking vaccine. That's what
I was going to say. I mean,
I understand it's a topical thing. That's the discussion and blah, blah, blah.
I think they're both. I think the hospital and the person are both calling the other's bluff.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I think the man will cave first. I haven't followed up because this is a bit of an older article.
Yeah.
But haven't followed up on it. But
yeah,
I just think if it's not against the law for a hospital to do that, it should be. Now, there are some rules about getting a liver transplant or a kidney transplant that 100%, I believe, should be rules. Like you cannot drink. If you're on a liver transplant list, you cannot drink. And I think that's a pretty good rule because you ruined the current liver probably through drinking and other things. So I'm fine with that,
Okay.
But telling someone you have to get a vaccine, that's different because that getting the vaccine or not getting the vaccine is not ruining the heart. So is what I'm saying.
Tell that to the people that have died of heart complications after getting the vaccine.
Then the man's right, and the hospital still shouldn't be doing it. So
either way,
either way, I think they're both calling each other's bluff on it. And one of them's going to blink first, and I bet the dude does.
Yeah, probably.
So
I just don't care.
Well,
how about I would have an issue, and it's because I don't like being told what to do. Not with that instance, but if it's something like, I guess again, heart transplant. If you want to live, maybe you have to have it, but you don't have to have the heart transplant. But in your younger life, I have to have a job. You have to have a job. And if you started saying, oh, in order to have this job, like it's vaccine or you get fired, then we have a different issue, right? In my opinion, because this is now my livelihood for whatever reason. Granted, I'd get the vaccine because I have no, I have incredibly moral flexibility, but I would understand people coming back and suing the fucking shit out of the state.
We almost made it to that point, but a bunch of states did sue and went before the Supreme Court. And struck it.
But I know if I was in New York and that shit fucking came out, there'd be so much money. I'd be pushing for a lawsuit for that shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Lost wages and whatnot. I mean, granted, lawsuits don't do you much good when you're freezing in a gutter, and whatever, but irregardlessly,
like all the other homeless people, just get out of the fucking gutter.
Right.
I mean, all right.
Quit making that choice.
It's not like there's not other places on the street you can't sleep. It doesn't have to be in a fucking gutter.
Look, Troy popped up to run his mouth for a while and then just fucking bounce. That's what he does.
So from NBC News, Georgia pastor and wife charged with false imprisonment after people found locked in their basement. Investigators determined that what?
I was like,
investigators determined that the 8 people in the basement, all with mental or physical disabilities, or both, were essentially imprisoned against their will. A Georgia pastor and his wife were arrested on charges of false imprisonment. And God, I cannot say imprisonment. They found 8 people locked in their basement. Curtis Keith Bankston and Sophia Sim Bankston were running the unlicensed group home out of their rented Griffin house under the guise of a church known as One Step of Faith Second Chance.
That's a terrible name for a church.
It's a terrible name. Does not roll off
because I was waiting on the rationale behind
like North Star or Bethel.
So it's basically it's an assisted living.
Assisted living house. Let's see here. It says the fire department had responded to a call about someone having a seizure at the house, noticed a deadbolt on the basement door. Crews had to climb through a window to reach the patient. Investigators determined the people in the basement, all with mental or physical disabilities, or both, were imprisoned against their will, which created an extreme hazard as individuals could not exit the residence if there were an emergency. Interesting.
So the one thing that's bothering me right now on this whole article is they say mental or physical disabilities or both. Why don't they just say mental and or physical disabilities? That extra little bit is annoying the shit out of me
because people writing these articles get paid by the word.
This is true.
So
I know, but still,
the age range of the people imprisoned were 25 to 65.
Okay,
a 25-year-old can't fight their way out.
Well, not if they're special.
I don't know. That's called special strength.
I know that. Regardless of regardless of special strength, that doesn't mean they have the capacities to know how to use it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well. Okay.
25. That's a huge age range. And how many people was this they had imprisoned? 8.
They found 8.
You couldn't stage it. I guess again, you're going into the physical mental disabilities. I was like, fucking 8 people should be able to handle 2 fucking pastors. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, all right. Here we go. Here,
like one thing I've always thought in my brain would be a wonderful thing at like some of these parishes where this priest has been fucking diddling kids or whatever. If there was like a kid revolt and like all these fucking altar boys that were fucking 10 or 12 and just massacre and stab to death one of these fucking priests.
It'd be like Dolphins all over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It'd be fucking like in the middle of a service in front of everyone. It'd just be fucking wonderful.
Yeah. the first like preteen boy walks in and he goes, "Do you recognize me?" And the pastor or priest was like, "No." And he turns around and drops his pants and goes, "What about now?"
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God. All right. From the Daily Dot. Where'd the headline go?
I don't know.
It's not there anymore. It just disappeared. So a Starbucks barista that wouldn't take someone's debit card, whatever.
Okay.
Says a Hispanic TikToker said that a Starbucks barista refused to let her use her boyfriend's card to pay for her order and even tried to confiscate it. In the video, the TikToker named barber.babe.dimples with a Z.
Okay.
Bet she's got an OnlyFans. Relays the story from her car. She says she went into Starbucks as she normally does and handed the barista a card to pay. The card apparently had her boyfriend's photo on it. She looked at the card and said, "This is not you on the card, ma'am." And so then she said, "I know, Karen, I know," she says, "but first of all, how do you know?"
What?
Yeah. This is what she's saying in the video.
Right.
She's responding in the video. So anyway, she says that she told the barista that the car belonged to her boyfriend, and the barista once again declined to use it.
Okay.
And then she said, "It's okay. I have cash." And she says to the barista, however, tried to confiscate the card, allegedly telling the customer, "You're not understanding. I'm not going to be able to give you back this card."
Right.
So, God damn it. Fucking.
I'm not seeing the problem so far in this story.
Yeah. I'm not saying there's a problem. I'm just telling you this is.
Oh, I know.
So, let's see here. So the TikToker says she snatched the card back, prompting the barista to accuse her of attempted assault. It's bullshit too. Bullshit on snatching your card out of somebody's hands is not an attempted assault.
Okay.
If you're holding something in your hand and I go like this and take it back from you, that's not attempted assault.
Okay.
Come on. Surely we can agree on that. Now, if you grab me or you push me and try to do it.
Well, did you watch the video?
No. I'm basing it strictly on what I'm reading.
Okay. I'm just saying though, but in a point, because if you're snatching some shit, they have dividers up. If you're reaching through and aggressively taking something.
Aggression is not assault though.
No. Aggressively acting can be considered as assault. Absolutely it can. If it's physical and you snatching shit, if you hit my hand when you're snatching it, that's a fucking assault, bitch.
But I disagree that it's assault. I'm not saying that wouldn't hold up in court.
Right.
I'm just saying it's fucking
but
bullshit.
I'm going from the person's perspective. And again, I don't know them. I'm picturing what you're reading to me. Mm-hmm. And as a retail worker or somebody that works Starbucks that get shit on by people all the fucking time and you don't have a leg to stand on. Yeah, I'm calling assault on that shit too. That's all I'm saying.
I think both of them, the calling of assault is bullshit as much as what this what this bitch is complaining about is bullshit.
No, I got you.
She said she snatched the car back, prompted the barista to accuse her of attempted assault. No, in her video, she says, "No, Karen, if I wanted to fucking assault you, I would have mopped the floor with your ass."
Okay.
The TikToker says she threw the barista the cash before walking out. That's assault. You tried to hit her with the money.
Yep.
The video accumulated over 176,000 views. Many said the Starbucks worker overreacted and possibly profiled the TikToker.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Somebody said it was Starbucks. It wasn't like you were trying to take a loan out.
Doesn't fucking matter.
I know. Some employees act like they own the damn place, someone else commented. And then another person said she profiled you. She judged you based on your look.
It's like, no, she judged you based on the fact that you were using a fucking card that wasn't yours.
That's true. Yes.
Fuck off.
I know. That's exactly that's my feeling exactly. I think that the barista is a bit of a bitch as well, but not a bitch for what they did, but a bitch for yelling assault for someone snatching your card out of your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, shit, where'd they go?
I'm just saying in most of those instances, I'm almost always pro whoever the fucking retail worker is. And especially if they threw the bills, fuck yeah, get that bitch arrested for assault. Fuck yes. And the reason I say that is because 9 out of 10 times the people, the customers are the ones causing the issues, and there's not ever any consequence for them. And so, yeah, if the assault will hold up in court, fucking throw that out. Maybe they'll think twice before the next time they start doing that shit. That's my point. Yeah, as a grown ass man, if you snatch some shit from me, yeah, I'm not calling that assault. But if I saw a fucking 19-year-old girl and somebody snatched some shit from her and was being a dick, and of course, body language is everything, right? You're going specifically off of here, but then threw the money at her, I'd be like, oh yeah, I saw her assault her. 100%. I'd back that shit up.
No, I would say, yeah, I wouldn't say she assaulted them.
Not even after throwing the money?
No, throwing the money down on the counter is not assault.
On the counter, yes, but if you throw it at you,
I still don't. If I throw a $5 bill at you, that's not assault.
Okay.
I'm not saying that the law doesn't call it that. I'm saying
from a personal,
the law's fucking stupid if that's considered assault.
Yeah.
Just like words aren't assault.
No.
But I mean, just like you said, if you're saying something aggressively to someone, that can be considered assault.
Not as assault, as a threat. And you can defend yourself against a potential threat.
A potential threat?
Yes.
I don't like that because that's subjective.
It is subjective, but if
you're out in public, that's because that means that at any point you could say this person said something and I felt like that was a threat.
No.
And then it's your word against theirs.
A threat is if it's on video and
no, this is not on video.
Hold on, no. Let me fucking finish. And I'm saying, but if someone says, hey, I'm going to fucking kick your ass, at that point, I have a right to beat the fuck out of you because you've threatened my safety.
I agree with that.
That's what I mean by a threat.
I agree with that. But those are exact words of what you're going to do.
Right. Well, then when this lady said, if I wanted to whip your ass, I'd pull you out and do that.
No. She said she was in the video giving her account of what happened. Said,
right.
If I had wanted to whip her ass,
I misunderstood that. I thought
could have.
I think what I thought is when you said TikToker, I was assuming this exchange was videotape. Okay.
The exchange happened. She went to her car and made a TikTok
Now
video.
I understand better. Okay.
Yes.
So that changes shit a bit in my brain hole. Okay.
Yeah. The exchange happened. She went to the car, made a TikTok video.
Okay.
Giving her
which is a whole different fucking thing that drives me fucking crazy.
Yes.
I'm gonna cry on TikTok and get a bunch of views where I can manipulate. Because how many people?
I guarantee you, both of them are assholes. The barista and the TikToker.
100%.
Yeah.
But honestly, the barista might have been.
The barista did everything right until she said it was assault.
But
in my opinion.
Assuming that that's what the fuck actually was said, because it's only coming from the account of the bitch that tried to use a card that wasn't hers.
Yes.
Which nowadays nobody fucking cares. But I remember back in the day when we were at retail, they're like, if somebody brings in a card that's not theirs, you keep that shit.
You know, it's crazy.
And you call a manager.
At Costco a couple of years ago, so like as a move-in present or whatever, for when Gabe bought a house, we bought him a TV and a mount. Actually, we bought him the TV. And then he wanted to buy a mount for it to put it above his fireplace. And so he went with me to Costco since Chris and I have a Costco membership, and picked out his mount, and we went to the checkout, and I gave him my card, my Costco membership to scan. And then they rang that up and he handed him their card and they said, sorry, I can't take that.
Right.
Because it's not his Costco membership.
Right.
Yeah. Which is interesting to me. And that's what I said, even if this is my son,
right.
Like, even if it's my son's, like, yep, not his membership, can't take his card.
Yep.
I'm like, I get the spirit of the law, but no. I'm sorry. I get the letter of the law. That's the letter of the law.
Right.
It's not the spirit of the law. And that's where I tend to lean a little bit and go,
right.
Are we following the letter of the law or spirit of the law? It's just like, I don't know. I'm that way about speed limits.
Right. But for me, speed limits are a whole different fucking thing. But if it's
no, but I'm saying the letter of the law is the speed limit is 55 miles an hour. You don't drive over 55 miles an hour. But that law was set when it was unsafe for vehicles to drive that fast. The vehicles that I get now are safe at 110 miles an hour, infinitely safer than the cars were back then at that time. So 55 needs to be, it's now letter of the law and spirit of the law.
Speed limits are decided.
That's how speed limits were. That's why we got speed limits. It was unsafe.
Not now.
We haven't changed
stuff.
But
when they reevaluate and change speed limits, it's based on
the last time the
interstate
speed limit was changed.
The interstate in Tennessee, it's 15 years ago.
No, it's been 70 as long as I can remember.
Because it was 65 at one time. It got bumped up to 70.
There are certain parts of the interstate, if you're going to a city, that it drops down to 65 or 55 or whatever. But I can remember being a teenager and going to Nashville and the speed limit being 70 miles an hour. And the Karen actual Karen
Right.
and Karen had told Karen's son, you better not drive over the speed limit. And he pinned the cruise control on 70 miles an hour.
Right. I remember
the
that
whole way to Nashville.
Anyway, so besides that, again, government shit different than a store, right? Because the reason they have those in place, and you have to go letter of the fucking law, and not just like, well, I'm going to let it go this time, is because you have people that fucking take advantage of shit of that, and they ruin it for everybody else. So regardless of the fact that that wasn't your intent at that point in time, 100% support them. Be like, nah, not your card. Can't do it.
Yeah, you can wax and wane back and forth, though. When someone's trying to take advantage, you can say no, and then the person that you clearly see is not taking advantage, you can say yes to.
Yeah, but no. But as a company and with the laws or with the rules of your company, you don't give the lower employees just checking out that authoritative right to choose and not, because you have those motherfuckers that will allow different shit or whatever. So you have to have, this is how it is. If you do this differently, you're fucking fired.
I understand that.
That's why. That's the whole purpose.
I'm just saying it shouldn't be that way.
But it has to be.
Doesn't have to be.
It does have to be.
It does not.
If you want things to run out.
No, you absolutely can fire the people that do like what you're saying.
Right.
I mean,
which in that case, like that person made a decision to help you and then got fired, but you got
I understand that. I'm not saying that person should have broke the rule. I'm saying the company should look at that differently.
Okay.
The company should go, there are clear instances where someone's not taking advantage of us.
Right.
And
but again, that's
use your best judgment.
But that's the key, is the best judgment.
Sure.
And most people don't have good judgment in those regards. They're working those types of jobs.
Nah.
It's true. Because my thing is, like, I'm not leaving the potential profit losses of my company up to the discretion of somebody I'm paying $12 an hour.
I understand.
Not happening. I'm going to give you hard and fast rules, and this is what you're saying. If you have a question, I'll give your direct supervisor that authoritative power. And if you have a question, call them the fuck over and be like, hey, this guy wants to do this. Is that okay? And then have a point of approval. But with the lowest man on the totem pole, they don't have that discretion.
I understand that. But in your scenario, that's what I'm saying. A company should have that thing set up.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's definitely.
So in other words, you feel like the exception should have applied to you in that instance.
I feel like the exception should apply to anybody in the situation I was in.
Okay.
Not just me. But I also didn't pitch a fit and get mad and throw money at the Costco person or go make a TikTok video afterwards.
Right.
Put it on Twitter.
No, yeah, of course.
No, I understand.
You don't like rules that are inconvenient or in the specific situation that you're in.
I don't like rules that take common sense out of shit.
Right. But they have to exist.
But they don't, because we could just slap people around that are the reason why those quote have to exist. I don't mean physically. I'm just mean like, you're taking advantage. You're an employee and you're giving your buddy the opportunity to do this, whatever. Fuck you. You're fired. Like, we could absolutely do that in this country if we wanted to. Companies choose not to because they're afraid that that's going to piss some people off.
I don't think it's just that. I just think that too much of that I think you're taking advantage or taking for granted how subjective, quote unquote, common sense is in those scenarios. Yeah. You in that position running it. Absolutely. A lot of other people like, no, I don't see a problem with that. Because depending on, there's so many variables from backgrounds and how people are raised and how they view the world that you can't just rely on somebody's ability to use common sense judgment, period.
Yeah, but we leave so many other things that are purely 100% subjective that are going to ruin somebody's life up to the discretion of the random person. But so I guess with that example, it's like, it's got to be all one way or all the other way at that point. And I'm saying it's got to be fair across the board. If you're going to say we can't use common sense here, but we can use quote common sense over here.
Nope.
Well, it doesn't. You can't do that.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
One's a business, one's not.
No. I'm talking about there's quote common sense things where that is completely and purely subjective on something that ruins people's lives. People being labeled racist, people being labeled homophobic.
Not Costco.
That.
I'm talking about retail. I'm talking about specific businesses making the decision.
But I'm talking about business owners, business companies, and things like that. That we use quote common sense, or we don't use common sense. We let it be subjective, and then you don't let it be subjective over here. And I'm talking businesses and businesses. If you're gonna say it's subjective here, you got to say it's subjective here. You can't have
under the same umbrella. You're talking about like
I'm
the
just
same
saying,
business here and here. You're not talking about business A, business B.
Well, it doesn't matter.
It does.
It doesn't matter Because
you choose how to run your fucking business.
No, because as a society, we've accepted and pushed it to that direction, is what I'm saying. And as a society, we have the opportunities to stand up or sit down or whatever and go, this is fucking insane. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're saying you're separating businesses from everyday common sense with shit. If I'm running a business, I set whatever the fuck rules I want to set. If that business fails, that's on me. If it doesn't, it's on me. Your opinion versus common sense doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I'm not saying the business is legally wrong or anything like that. I'm just saying there's got to be some leeway in there.
But there doesn't.
Yeah, but okay.
You're saying there should be.
Let me change my words. That's what I'm saying. There should be some leeway in there.
Yeah. But then are you defining that leeway, or is someone else that thinks differently than you defining that leeway?
No, it's common sense. It's called, hold on, no. Before you say anything, it's called common sense for a reason, because it's common.
It's not, though.
Then what is common sense?
Common sense is a colloquialism, meaning that it's generally agreed upon sense. That doesn't exist anymore, my friend. Common sense does not exist anymore.
I think
as
it's
we
definitely
understand
going
it,
the way of the dodo,
as we understand it, doesn't exist, because subjective ideologies, perception, all that stuff has outweighed goddamn common sense.
Sure.
Yeah, common sense is this guy is doing X, Y, and Z. So, fuck him. Get him out. He's being a drain on the company. Modern common sense says, well, yeah, but he's a person of color, or he's impoverished, or he has a mental disability. So
but
we
what
can't
I'm saying is, if you're
it.
going to be subjective in some part of industry in this country, then you need to be subjective everywhere.
See, I would agree within one organization, but I feel like if you believe that businesses should be able to set their own fucking rules, then they can go business to business. Some allow that leeway, some say no.
I 100% believe they should be allowed to set their own rules. What I'm saying is, if you're going to use, if as a society, I keep going back to business, and that's not what I'm saying. Yeah. I do think that businesses,
and that's what I'm disagreeing with, because you're mixing the two.
I do believe that businesses should be allowed to set their own rules. I do also think that they should allow some common sense leeway, whatever word you want to use for it in there. But I think as a society, we've accepted that some areas we will say that there's no subjectivity. And I'm not talking about the black and white of breaking a law.
Yeah, right.
And then we've set another area that we go, there's 100% subjectivity here. And we've taken an area that we give subjectivity to in an area that will ruin people's lives, where you should have things a lot more cut and dry, black and white.
No, that I agree.
That's what I'm saying. As a society, we should be standing up to this.
No, I agree. But from a business standpoint, that's stupid. But yes, as a society, I agree.
But from a business standpoint, you should be allowed to set your own rules. You just should allow some leeway in there for common sense.
When you run your own business, you can do that.
I do run my own business. Thank you very much.
Your household.
That's right. I am the head of my household. Anyway.
No, I'm not arguing the fact that there should be common sense. Just the more and more people I meet, and even in our age group, sometimes now I'm like, dude, you have drank the fucking Kool-Aid, man.
Yeah.
Like, because if it's an unpopular, or potentially, if aesthetically the opinion looks like it could be questionable, then I just won't have that opinion. I'm like, no, fuck that. Have the opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right. Let's take a break.
Yep.
And then we'll be right back. Roughly 10 minutes.
Yep. You gotta give me a chance to pull the banner up. God damn it. Hey, look at that.
Quicker than that, man.
I'm not that quick though. Everybody knows. All right.
Alrighty.
You're motherfucking back.
Yeah.
As we do sometimes.
So
sometimes.
I got one more thing for you.
Oh, Jesus.
One more story for you. Wheel of Fortune fans slam Pat Sajak for his response to a contestant's story.
Okay.
All right. The article starts out, Pat Sajak is at it again, because evidently he's a little bit right leaning.
Okay.
So anyway, let's see here. In the first part of the episode, Sajak introduced contestant Scott Ingwerson. In a preview of what was to come, Sajak couldn't understand why Ingwerson's card mentioned that he had his big toe chopped off. Sajak asked, "Why are you telling this?"
Okay.
the man had a good response to the story. He said, "It's important to know that when I was 12 years old," which, by the way, it's not important to know this at all.
I'm sure it's not.
But he said, "It's important to know that when I was 12 years old, I was riding a 10-speed bicycle with flip-flops, and I fell and completely cut off the top of my toe. The next car that came by were 2 paramedics that were on their way to their job. And they said, it's just a laceration, but I didn't know what that was. So it freaked me out even more. And my toe was reattached. And I just wanted to say thank you to them 30 years later."
Jesus.
On Wheel of Fortune. Right.
Okay.
And Pat Sajak said, "That may have been the most pointless story ever told. And you told it, Scott. Congratulations to you."
Good. Okay. What's that do with right-leaning anything?
It doesn't. But now once he came out with supporting of Trump or anything, it doesn't matter what he says now. It's like, of course he says that.
That's
he
hilarious.
Probably eats black children. That's the kind of thing.
He doesn't care about toes.
That's right.
Jesus, that's amazing, actually.
Yeah. Or cashews.
Or cashews. Oh my God. This is what this podcast has come to.
I knew I'd get you with some shit you didn't like, and I'd get you with something that would make you laugh.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So
Now,
it's
speaking of
the old one too.
No, I'm just kidding.
Did you? Oh, Jesus Christ!
I have a BuzzFeed article, but it's not. What he said. Kardashians eat black children. You're right. They do. I've seen it.
That happened in the 90s. Oh fuck,
man! I'm gonna assume that's Steve. So.
Oh Jesus! All right.
Yeah.
So you gonna ride bitch on me on the new bike, or ride bitch with me? Excuse me.
No. Motorcycles are just
hold
death
on.
traps.
Hold on. I need to throw this up. Yeah. So I'm gonna start with this. Kardashians eat black children, and then he followed up with as well as swallow them. So I'm gonna slow clap that. Bravo.
Oh yeah.
Oh. So
no. Motorcycles are death traps.
I thought you wanted one.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Okay.
Yes, I want a motorcycle. Yeah, for sure.
Well, if you get a bike, which you're not going to because your wife.
Maybe I will one day. I don't know.
But will you take a motorcycle safety class before you buy one?
Before I buy one, I'll probably buy one and then go take the class.
Why?
I don't know. Why not? I mean, I'm going to get the motorcycle regardless.
Well, right.
Even if I took the safety class and the guy was like, "You should never touch a motorcycle in your life."
Yeah.
And we're like,
well, I'm just saying, like the basic MSF class, they teach you how to ride a motorcycle and not on your motorcycle.
No, I'm not saying I would take the class on my motorcycle. I'm just saying, like,
you couldn't.
If I'm buying my motorcycle today because I have the time and and whatever to do it today, and the class is tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the motorcycle.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, so are you gonna buy it and then like just figure out how the fuck to drive it home?
No, I mean, I know how to ride a motorcycle. I rode motorcycles when I was young.
Oh, okay.
I've never not.
You've never not ridden a motorcycle.
No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm not someone that has never ridden a motorcycle.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't realize you've ever ridden a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We had dirt bikes and shit like that when I was young.
Okay.
I understand roads different than dirt trails.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that, but I just mechanically you could like.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, that makes more sense.
But I would still take a safety course
Yeah.
just to kind of get a feel for it again.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, in my brain, for some reason, you've never. So you were just like, I'm just gonna buy one. I'll fucking figure it out while I'm going home.
Just be riding with my legs stuck out.
Dude, I will say, dude, the one I got, it's a fucking beast.
I can imagine 900.
It's a little scarier than I thought it was. Yeah. Well, because a 900 street bike's a whole hell of a lot different than a 900.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Whatever, but
yeah.
But I didn't. So I was riding home, and I haven't ridden technically it's a hyper naked. If you want to get technical, it's standard. Doesn't have all the fairings. It's not a sports bike, but anyway. But I've ridden cruisers for forever, and I was like, I was like, bro, I feel like I have about 5-10 years more that I could enjoy like a more sporty bike until my back's just like, nah, fuck you, you can't ride that. And
your back already does that.
No, I can handle like riding position wise, like the standards or the naked bikes. It's a little more of a neutral position than the racing bikes. You're not all the way forward, but still. But I was like, but I haven't been on one. Like riding position is a little different, and they sit higher. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it easy going home until I get the feel for the new bike. Sure. And so everything was fine, no big deal. And I got on 40, and I was like, I'm gonna pass this guy, and I was like, I'm gonna get on it just a little bit, see what happens. And I fucking turned that throttle just a little bit, and that motherfucking front end lifted up. Like not the wheel didn't come up, but that fucker sat down.
Extended.
Extended and it went up. dude, I hit fucking 95 before I could fucking blink, and I barely twisted.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, I like this. This is
what gear were you in?
I was in 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
But still, to have that much torque at 6,
for sure.
Usually they'll go, but not go. Like, as far as what I'm used to riding. But.
So would you ever be interested in racing like MotoGP, like road course type stuff?
Maybe not road track. I
well, yeah, a road. But when I say road course, I'm sorry, I meant left and right.
Yeah,
turns.
I was
not
thinking,
NASCAR.
I was thinking Isle of Man.
No,
like, don't fuck that forever and always.
Really,
but,
you have a death wish and you wouldn't do Isle of Man?
No, if I was a better rider, probably. But like I know myself right now,
like you just get out there on Isle of Man and just do like 60 or 70.
Right? Well, they have track days for a lot of stuff where you can come with your own bike and ride it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to learn to ride that, because I think it'd be fun as shit to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the skill level I have now, and I'm a competent rider. Like I'm not a novice rider by any means, but I'm not like sport bike racetrack advanced rider. You know what I mean? And so like the part of not dying on a bike is you always ride within like about 20-25% under what your limit is. And so unless that's what track days are for, right? So you can go out and push your limits. And if you rolled your bike, you're scratching the shell of it, but a lot less likely just to fucking.
If you have the right suit or whatever, you're going to bang yourself up, but you're probably not going to rip the skin off of your body. You may break a bone.
But I mean, even your bike, if you got like sliders on it on a track, because most of the time when they go, it's not as often that bike just goes fucking ass over tail and just gets destroyed. Usually the bike lays down and fucking goes. But yeah, I mean, I would. It's time and money to invest into getting that shit. But I think it'd be fun. Yeah. But
so what if there was, how there's those, I can't think of what they're called, but like you go and pay your couple $100 and you get to drive a Lambo or a Ferrari or whatever around the course. If there was one like that where you go and pay the money and you're driving one of their motorcycles around the course, would you do that? Let's just say it's $100.
Yeah, I'd go do it. I definitely wouldn't be rolling fucking 200 miles an hour full speed around.
Yeah, they probably don't. They probably don't have bikes that will do that. Rent, normal citizens.
Yeah. No, I'd go to it for sure. But I mean, I'd lay the bike down.
See, I have no interest in doing that with a motorcycle at all.
Yeah,
but if you put me in a car, I'll do it all day long. But
I don't know. Somehow driving a bike, man, it's better than riding in or driving in a fucking fast ass car.
Oh, I can imagine that. I just have no desire to test my limits on a course.
Right.
That's the thing. Yeah. And I don't even want a big bike. I just want like a Ducati, like the Scrambler or whatever. It's just something small. Yeah. I can do interstate speeds on it, but don't have to worry about power. It's not going to cost me an arm and a leg.
Right. If you want a Ducati Scrambler, it's going to cost you a little penny compared to engine side. Well, you get a discount, but so then you're probably getting about the same price as a Japanese bike.
I think the last time I checked, which has been a few years, I could get one for, I don't know, $7,500.
Yeah, that's about you can save money getting same size bike on something else that's going to run better and not break.
Ducati's a pretty good bike. I'm not saying that anything's better than Japanese. I'm just saying it's a pretty good bike. Yeah.
No, Ducati's are great bikes. They just have a tendency, if you run them hard, they'll fucking break.
Well, that's the thing, is I'm not going to be running one hard. But
yeah, that's true. It's like any other bike, because you take care of it. I mean, there's bikes that are better as far as longevity and mechanical issues than others, but like they've done a hell of a lot better with Harleys over the last 10 years. Sure. They're the Milwaukee engines are great fucking engines as far as longevity and shit goes. But it's kind of like the difference between, you just don't know what you're gonna get. You get like if you get like a Honda, right? That bitch is for the most part going to be fucking bulletproof no matter.
Yeah, as long as you service it the way you're supposed to. Yeah.
But you get a fucking comparable, say Ford. You might get a car that's going to run you 200,000 miles. You might get one that breaks down every 25. You just because the quality control is not the same. Is what it boils down to.
Sure.
Because I think one time I read, and I'm sure these aren't the correct numbers, but they were saying the allowed failure rate coming out of the factory on like on a Japanese car, it's like sub 2%, and I think they get like sub 6% on the American cars. I mean, it's a much wider allowable margin of error, and that contributes to that a little bit. But anyway, for sure. You about ready for number 3 out of the grab bag? Let me finish this.
Yeah. Oh, that rumble mince was worse than I remembered it.
I have to have a little bit of honey in the bottom of this one. I already noticed I got that last sip. God damn it.
Oh man.
Anyway, all that to say, again, so I got the bike, really wanted one for a while, and it's a different bike than I initially intended on getting.
Too long.
With what?
With picking another drink.
Just getting more ice. I'm sorry. I was trying to talk into it.
I got you.
But anyway, what I'm saying is, It's better than I thought it was, and I'm glad I went with the bike that I got. So,
Tito's.
Oh, you got Tito's. Fuck,
Tito's.
there's 3 bottles, and I'm trying to see.
Yeah, because 2 are going in the bottle.
I know. I'm seeing if I can remember what they.
I don't like Tito's.
They're all plastic, so that's not a good sign.
It is not a good sign.
Fuck.
You got a
Amsterdam gin. All right.
Amsterdam gin. You got a decent one.
I did. So, do we draw what's left to see what's going?
Pull it out. Pull out. See what's going in the
suicide bottle tonight is going to be Smirnoff Pink. I wish I would have gotten this.
I would have taken that over the Tito's. For sure.
I'm disappointed. Can I get a Swapsies?
I don't know. It depends on what's left in there. If I can get a Swapsies.
And
that's a big bottle.
The ruby red. Oh, I would rather even have this. Ooh. Anyway, doesn't matter. So, because all I'm saying is these 2 will go much better in the suicide bottle than those 2.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying.
That's not the spirit of the suicide bottle.
It's not the spirit, but it's
I don't want Tito's.
All right. New Amsterdam. It is.
This is the spirit of the grab bag, and the spirit of the.
Actually, this is the letter of the law of the grab bag. The spirit would be.
There's no law. The spirit of the grab bag is that we should hate some of the stuff that we pull out of there for sure. And
all right.
And the spirit of the suicide bottle is whatever the fuck is left over goes into it.
Oh, we still have that shit. Is it still? It's still curdled in there too.
It is.
So
I meant to get it when we went to break.
So my question is with that then. Is like, I know. Do we?
That's letter of the law.
Yeah, because we're gonna get sick if we drink.
Maybe we
100%.
drank 5-year-old sake that sat on top of your fridge.
Yeah, but it didn't have dairy in it.
It had Japanese in it. Cheers. God, I hate vodka. Straight vodka. I hate it. I can't stand it.
Is this the standard New Amsterdam?
Yeah, it's just a New Amsterdam gin.
It's actually pretty tasty.
We've had it before.
I know.
It's not bad. Especially,
this looks
really
different
good in a tonic,
to my eyes.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. I'm happy. I'm happy with where the evening went on the last draw.
I'm glad you got the honey.
Yeah, the honey was bad.
That, so
you've gotten all the shit you didn't want to get.
Yeah. I mean
Yeah.
This the Kahlua I didn't mind.
Right.
Like,
well, that's why I got the honey.
Super sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rumple mints. And,
yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, we've got vodka.
Vodka's
is that hoe juice?
That hoe juicy, yeah. especially Tito's.
How has Tito's gotten so popular, by the way?
So
because it's shitty
because it's American made.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's American made. Texas, and everything's bigger in Texas. So and then that's really all I know. It's
I know.
And if you have to go gluten free, it's like a go-to for gluten free.
Right. But aren't there other gluten free vodkas?
There are.
Like most
got super popular as a gluten free thing.
Yeah. Well, they market them. I think some of that because most vodka is gluten free.
I don't know that I would say most. Maybe it's 50-50. I mean, I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, but still.
But they have really good marketing. That's it.
Yeah. Because it's terrible. Well, it's the same way. It's like, how has Buffalo Trace bourbon gotten so big? Because it's shit bourbon.
And Bullet as well.
Bullet's better than Buffalo Trace.
It is better than Buffalo Trace, yes.
But yeah, Bullet's shit. But Tito's one of those things like, because they're like, I want a Tito's. I'm like, why? It's terrible.
Because it sounds good. It sounds good to say.
Yeah.
I'll have a Tito's.
Because I don't like vodka that much anyway. But
same.
Tito's is a bad vodka. that's the thing.
Vodka's a great mixing liquor. Yeah. Like, to mix.
What I'm saying is like I've had bottom shelf vodkas. I can't tell you the name of that tastes better than Tito's.
Yeah, for me, most vodkas taste the same. Now, your really high-end stuff always tastes a little better, but
no, Tito's has a very particular taste to me that I do not care for.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, well, it's like Tennessee whiskeys for me. I don't like Tennessee whiskeys that much; they're too fucking sweet. But like that Nelson Greenbrier, it's pretty decent fucking Tennessee whiskey. The George Dickel Tennessee whiskey, it's all right. It's all better than Jack fucking Daniels, which is really popular, but is garbage. Like the Gentleman Jack, okay. Single Barrel Select, okay.
It's a supply and demand thing, I think, because there's so much Jack Daniels out there.
Well,
and they have really good marketing and built that name. Yeah. And
brown or clear tequila.
I prefer the clear, but I'm okay with the brown. Yeah.
I'm fine with it as long as it's not Jose for the most part. But tequila is one of those drinks for me. I have to be in a very specific mood if I want to drink tequila by itself. And even then, it doesn't take much for me not to like it anymore. like not tequila as a whole, but whatever I'm drinking.
Oh, I got you.
Like if I get it, even if it's a high end tequila, but if it first hits my like palate weird, like I don't want to finish it. I will because I bought it, but it's just like tequila's like I can almost always, even if I don't like the bourbon as much, I can finish a bourbon, right? Because I really like bourbons. Irish whiskeys, same way. And gins, shit like that. But tequila is one of those things. Like if I don't like it from the first sip, I have a hard time finishing that fucking tequila.
I got you. I don't.
And tequila's
a lime in it.
But tequila's one of those the few things that, because you know me, I don't drink mixed drinks hardly at all. I love margaritas. I will drink mixed tequila drinks.
Yeah.
And I can handle any kind of tequila in any mixed drink, but tequila by itself to sip on tequila, fuck, I don't care if it's, $400 fucking pure agave, antelope dicks. Like I don't give a shit.
Every once in a while when I go to dinner, I just want a tequila. I mean, I get a lime and a salted rim with it, but just straight tequila on the rocks. Yeah, the lime. If it's a good tequila, I'm not gonna drink Jose that way. Right. But
what do you mean, Trevor? Hennessy or Crown Royal? They're two different fucking liquors, dude.
Hennessy, yeah, they're very different.
Okay, but as long as he's saying that, Crown Royal, Canadian whiskeys are the worst goddamn whiskeys
awful
on the planet. I would rather.
But would you rather drink Crown Royal or like Jack Daniel's Honey?
Oh, Crown Royal. Yeah.
So they're not the worst.
Yeah. Well, but see,
a straight Crown Royal is the worst. Canadian whiskeys straight, not flavored.
Well, but here's the thing. Like Tennessee, like Jack Daniel's Honey, Evan was saying, they're not real whiskeys at that point. They're liqueurs.
You think so?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
I think I disagree with you, but it's
no, because there are some like Belle Meade makes a honey whiskey, but it's aged with honeycomb in the whiskey, which gives the whiskey a honey flavor, as opposed to
also is putting honey in the whiskey.
What's that?
It's not just giving it a honey.
Yes,
it's putting
but this is not honey in the whiskey.
No, I'm not saying it.
And that's what I'm saying. There's the difference between
I don't know how they do it.
There's a difference between infusing and flavored by, or putting fucking fake honey ass syrup.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody else does it, but yeah.
Hennessy will have you yelling at the mailbox. I do have rage against antelope dicks. You've never been what I've been through, Trevor. That goddamn petting zoo. Okay, I want to put this up.
That had y'all the most wasted. Mine is regular Crown Royal.
So, mine is
a
mix. When I mixed the Venom, which I found out that it was not a cognac; it's a cognac liqueur. That's why it was so sweet.
It's Villain. Yeah, Villain. I think it's just Vilon or Villon.
So that mixed with the Suicide bottle is one of the drunkest I've ever had.
So we did a 2-episode night. Yeah, Villain first with Jack Boy, and then the next episode we did the Suicide.
But as far as just staying with one liquor, the two things I've been the most fucked up on are Jaeger, and Patron.
Really?
I had a club in Alaska that I went to, and I played that night, and there's a girl that decided she was going to buy me shots all night and fed me shots of Patron. I lost count at like 12, 13. And all I remember is I puked like 7 times in that fucking parking lot. Wow. It was like a fucking fountain. I was fucked.
So whatever we drank the day that we did our episode and then the unreleased episode of the Sad Boys podcast. Fuck Steven.
And then we got fuck Steven. I'm down CQ. Bring it on, baby. You and your fucking big guest ass having motherfucker. And never once. We've had him on our show twice, and granted, his show isn't conducive to having people like us on.
Sure,
people like us, right? I get that.
Yeah, but I get it. Starfucker, but
he's on our intro.
I just don't understand why they hate veterans like you.
I know, right?
I mean,
yeah, but I'm saying we have him on our goddamn intro as a friend of the show. But tell me one time,
don't we?
We do. But tell me one thing he's done for us.
Yeah.
Other than coming on here and letting us make fun of him a little bit. Other than that, out of all the big guests he's had, has he recommended us to one of them? I don't think so.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
You know what you forgot to do? You forgot to unmute your mic during the intro and shit talk all of the other ones. You were going to do that this week.
I forgot.
You know what? What is it? Trevor Jackson.
I don't know. I'm ignoring all these guys.
I got something for you. Just wait. Okay.
I'm waiting, CQ. I've been waiting since the first time we had you on this goddamn show.
So I think what you should actually do is play that video and shit talk them now. You should unmute your mic, play that video, and shit.
It's a long fucking video, which is great for an intro, but not right now.
Sure, but if you're shit talking them, it doesn't matter how long.
I'll do it a different time.
No, you won't.
I do think though we're a little bit in. There's a handful of people watching, so we should give a sneak peek of what's coming on at the 1st of April and do an official announcement maybe next week. But we're road tripping.
Do that, bitch.
We're road tripping to Pennsylvania for our first ever, like hopefully not shitty on site, because other ones with the
it's not our first ever on site.
No. Well, it'll be first out of state on site.
It will be the first out of state on site, but it will be our third.
But we will be drinking and hanging out
on-site,
in person with Jay Nielsen, Force and Fire. So
and Anders
Erickson. Yep. And
if
possibly
we pass
Jay's
a COVID
wife.
test.
Yeah. But yeah. And I've already been told that it's going to be like
drunk people.
It's going to be a drunky McDrunk episode.
Which means you and I either have to just maintain not sobriety, but maintain a level of sobriety,
decorum, so
that we can keep the show flowing. Otherwise, the show's going to just really just dive off the deep end.
The show always goes off the deep end, man.
But we have to drive back the next day, and I don't want to do that after being wasted.
Oh, we do drive back the next day, don't we?
Next day.
Shit.
I don't want to do that after being wasted. So
okay.
I guess I should rephrase that. I have to drive back. As of right now, I have to drive
because I can't drive your car.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
I should ride my motorcycle.
You absolutely should ride it to Pennsylvania.
That would be so terrible.
Yeah.
I would if I had like 4 days. But I'm not in a fucking day. Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking Tito's, man.
I'm so happy you have the Tito's. Like, I'm enjoying this so much.
And it's even worse with ice in
water. Trevor, you just mind your own fucking business.
Water.
Pete,
you don't get hungover because of not drinking enough water. That's not what it is.
Some of it's dehydration.
Yeah, but just drinking straight water is not going to do it for you. You have to have something in your water. Like, that's why water with added electrolytes is better for you than just straight going water from the tap. Like, you can drink Gatorade instead of the water, and that's better for you than the water that he's talking about. But it's not straight dehydration. It's how much you're drinking. You can just not drink so much so quick, and then you're not going to get hungover.
Well, the whole purpose, the reason they say water, liquor is because it keeps you from drinking as much. It's like a conscious habit thing.
It doesn't keep me from drinking. It makes me chug the water and you go, oh, I'm going to get this shit out of my No. Bananas? Oh, my God.
What?
Bananas?
I don't know. I'm just
drink banana-flavored liquor.
Pop Culture Warrior, KOZ. The Fuck Nation guys should have these guys on Friday. Oh, he's tagging somebody. Oh, he's a sweetheart.
Good time.
All right, CQ. I take back an inch of what I said to you.
Well, you only got an inch left after that.
I know. Okay. That's why I'm just giving him an inch back.
So how did you feel about all the snow we got? Because I was 6 inches of snow.
Mad about
I know
it.
Because you didn't get to ride your motorcycle.
No, it wasn't even about the motorcycle. I just hate fucking cold weather so much. And
it really was not that terribly cold today, though, is the thing.
Yeah, dude, it didn't break 35 today.
It just didn't feel that bad to me when I went outside.
It's going to get like 13 tonight. Fuck that shit.
You're not going to be outside tonight.
It doesn't matter. Saying. I know that it's there. And then it'll be like 70. Well, I think it pissed me off, though, because it was so warm this week. It was so warm this week, and then just got fucking cold.
I don't know.
But you don't mind the cold as much as I do. I hate the fucking cold.
Yeah, I'll take the hot.
I'll take the hot.
I hate the hot, and I don't like the cold.
Yeah.
I don't hate the cold, but I don't like the cold.
But our definition of cold is also very fucking different.
Sure.
Like if it's 50 out, I'm like, fuck, it's cold out here. And you're like, no, this is perfect.
No. Yeah. Perfect temperatures for me range between 50 to 70 degrees.
Yeah.
And 70's pushing it.
And see, I'm 70 and up. Like I prefer like 80 up is my preferred.
That. It's so fucking, if you have to do anything outside, it's insane. Like I went outside and was digging up stumps Friday evening, and I was fucking sweating. No, not a euphemism. I was fucking sweating balls after 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's insane. And that was like 70 degrees, like almost right on the dot. And it's like, fucking, no, fuck that shit. I do not want to work.
I might be fatter than you, but you sweat more like a fat person than
You're right. And I did it when I was 165 pounds, and I've done it at 215.
I just don't get it.
I don't.
But I think part of me too, like I feel like if it's hotter and I'm doing activities outside, that I'm actively getting skinnier without trying as hard because of all the water weight I'm sweating.
Well, as I was struggling and trying to get these stumps up out of the ground the other day, I thought to myself, I jumped on the shovel and I felt my back kind of like twinge a little, and I was like, I said, easy. You got to get on a flight Monday and go to California, and that's going to be a long week if you fuck yourself up.
So
I just said,
oh yeah, you are going to California this week.
Gotta fly out Monday morning. I'll be back Friday night. So
I'm
not crazy about it, but at least
rephrase it. I hate Los Angeles.
So, and I'm going to be just outside Los Angeles in Ontario. Yeah,
same thing. San Diego is not too terrible. I actually like the Bay Area and north of California. It's not too bad.
Gotcha.
Fuck, it's so gross. And even San Francisco, like, is in doses, right? Like, I can't spend a lot of time in this.
I've never been to San Francisco,
dude. It's beautiful. Like, it's fantastic. It's
well, it used to be before there's shit everywhere.
Well, yeah,
but now there's literal shit everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
No, there's literal human shit that you have to download an app so that you can bypass human shit in San Francisco now.
Really?
Yeah. They've let the homeless population get so. I mean, at what point are you not going to just go, hey man, go home, and then like quit shitting in our street? So,
yeah. Well, I know it's funny in Hawaii, if you are not native to the island, because you have people that would come out there and be fucking like they would choose, they'd save up whatever, and they'd end up flying out there and they'd just be homeless in Hawaii because, you know, it'd be way better.
Saying it is a choice.
It's a choice of where you're going to be homeless, maybe.
Okay.
You know, but like that's what I've always said though. If I was broke and I was homeless and I had nowhere else to go, I would steal, lie, whatever to get enough money to get someplace fucking warm. Like go be homeless in Miami or something.
You can always come and sleep in my shed.
Yeah, thank you. No, but anyway, but they'll fucking send your ass. They'll fly your ass back to the mainland. Like
really?
If you're
that's pretty good.
Yeah, not native and going out there to be homeless. But I knew dudes out there.
So they only want natives to be homeless. That's what they're saying.
Well, no, because it's such a bad homeless population anyway. And they're like, if you're not from here and you're coming out here to be homeless, no, fuck you, we're sending you back.
Right. Yeah.
But I knew guys that they had like jobs and shit like that, and they would live out of vans at the beach, and they'd use public showers, all that shit, and still go the fuck to work.
You know, I've thought about that before, and I thought like, if I weren't not married, if I weren't married or if I didn't have kids, like I could live pretty comfortably and pretty happily in a van here. If I had the same job, I'm not saying I'm choosing to be homeless or whatever, but I'm just saying like, you get me a conversion van or something like that, and I can get like T-Mobile's Wi-Fi, so it's all mobile.
Yeah.
So wherever I go, except I can watch TV on my computer or get me a small flat screen in there.
Invest in some bags of candy, get laid anytime you want.
There's a shower at where I work, a nice huge shower, so I got plenty of room to shower in one end and jerk off in the other.
Right.
And then I'm in a van. I can go to the lake if I want to. I think comfortably I could live in a conversion van if I had nothing else.
See, I think I'd want just the one step up and get like the little C-class RVs that are basically like a F-350 with so they actually have a battery.
Not with these Russian gas prices we got going on right now. No.
Dude, the conversion vans get shit gas mileage too. Not as shit, but still shit.
Not as shit. No, I'd have to get me an electric one.
Convert a Prius into a.
You could do that for sure. No, I could definitely live you could buy a school bus, which is shit gas mileage, but at least it's diesel. So you get a little bit better fuel economy. It's more expensive right now, but but you get your school bus. You could absolutely, that's like a studio apartment, man. You could just have a bed in the back, kitchen. You could sell tacos out of it if you want to.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the little C-class guys, you get better gas mileage than a fucking
school bus. You think so?
Oh, yeah. And then you have like a little table, little kitchenette.
I don't need that shit. No, I don't need that.
How you don't need it?
I can sit on the table.
But have you seen
the ground?
It's
good for my ancestors. Good enough for me.
It's insane how much conversion vans are now, though.
For sure.
It's insane. Like if you can get a fucking it's a down payment on a real house.
Oh yeah, for sure. And some of those huge RVs that are like 300 or 400 grand.
Well, it's crazy to me is people will work their asses off to go and live in one of these fucking shitty ass conversion vans.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Would you ever buy an RV and travel around in one?
No.
Why not?
Because there's no place in the U.S. I care enough about to travel around and live. Like I'd rather buy a fucking cheap ass like fucking studio shit in Italy for a quarter of the cost as an RV would be.
Yeah, I didn't mean like that's your home. I just mean like you also buy an RV and then like say you want to go to the Grand.
I don't think I'd want to like if those little teeny tiny ones are like a conversion van, that'd be all right. I wouldn't mind that. But again, there's not like don't get me wrong, I haven't been everywhere, but I've driven through a big hunk of the fucking US. Like I just don't care enough to
Where have you not been in the US?
talking about just like either passing through or just in
not
general?
passing through, visited. If you're passing through, it doesn't count. Just like I'm not going to say I've been to Arizona because I had a layover at the Phoenix airport.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you've driven through Arizona, because like I've seen the Grand Canyon, but
but you had to go to it. It's not like the road just passes over it.
But I was in the area is the only reason I went by.
Yeah,
like
it was. I still have
detour.
been to it. You took a detour and went to it.
Yeah.
If you straight drive through, and I'm not counting stopping for gas or to piss or whatever.
Right.
I'm just saying, if you just drive through the state, you've been to the state, but you haven't visited the state.
Okay.
Or maybe flip around. You've visited the state, but you haven't really been to the state.
Okay. Well, that shrinks it a little bit.
Right.
But I mean, California, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, South Carolina, or Tennessee, Georgia, Atlanta, North Carolina.
Well, Georgia
West
and
Virginia.
Atlanta.
I didn't mean to say Georgia. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the driving route through, but yes, same.
Technically,
Georgia's
Atlanta's
the country.
Completely different than Georgia. But
Right. Yeah, there's a hunk of the Northeast states and probably Midwest is the ones I haven't hit as much of.
Gotcha. Is there anywhere that you haven't been to in the U.S. you'd like to go check out? Not necessarily state, but like
I think
either a monument.
I would like to. No, I don't care about that.
Well,
shit.
I'm just saying, or a monument or like a national park.
I think I would like. I've never gotten to spend any time in Savannah, which it looks because I like kind of that.
Christopher
architecture shit.
Savannah, you should go together.
Yeah, right. Amanda really wants to go to Savannah.
Oh,
actually.
well, never mind then.
But I haven't right. I haven't spent much time in New Mexico, which I dug that.
Okay.
When I like turquoise.
Do you?
No,
that's cultural appropriation.
I like the fucking desert. Actually, I love the desert. Yeah, the desert's cool.
I wouldn't mind camping out there.
Like I went snowboarding in Utah, but I haven't spent much time like in like Salt Flat, like seeing some of that shit. It wouldn't be too bad. And that's Jackson Hole, Wyoming for snowboarding.
You been to Yellowstone?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't been. I'd like to go to. I'd like to camp Yellowstone.
That's about it. It's about it for me as far as in the. I don't give a shit about almost anything in the Northeast. For the most part, I don't care about going. I'm going to like Maine lobster and all that.
Go to Martha's Vineyard.
No,
the Poconos.
Yeah, don't give any of that shit. Any of that shit. Fuck that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like New York is already like Manhattan. You know, whatever. That's fine, but everything else.
All right. So look outside of the U.S. but still only North America. Anywhere you want to go to?
That's Canada.
Mexico's North America.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I was thinking Central America right there, but yeah, you're right. Right, North America. I've been to Mexico. Spend some time there.
All of it? You've been to all of Mexico?
Well, if you've been in the U.S., have you been to all of the U.S.?
No, that's what I'm saying. I get that. I'm just
no.
saying,
There's not much. Mexico's all right to visit. The food's fucking fantastic, but
that's the thing. One of the guys I'm working with in California
just off
this
the street. God damn it, they're so good.
Yeah. One of the guys I'm working with this week out in L.A. is a Mexican guy, and I've requested. He said, "Do you like Mexican food?" I said, "I do like Mexican food, but the Mexican food we have here is not traditional Mexican food. It's an Americanized version that Mexicans know that Americans
is a pretty
like.
good one here. Have you been the one down in Halls, the little drive-through?
I'm not sure. There's one in the Mexican grocery store that I hear is really well.
This
really
is literal. It's a taqueria stand, like what you'd see. West, they're only open certain days a week. You can only drive through, but they have like tamales and they're $2 each. So you get like a fucking bag, dude. And they're like homemade corn husks.
Yeah.
And it's in there. It's either this little old like Mexican grandma on there, or this one dude, he's probably in his 30s, and just gospel music blaring. And that they're the only two people ever in there, and it's so good.
Yeah. Well, there's a place in town called Good Golly Tamale.
Right.
So. No. Yeah, I love tamales.
Soccer taco.
Yeah, soccer taco. Yeah, because they love soccer.
Right.
No, but one of the guys I'm working with is from Mexico, and that's what he's been tasked with. Like, I want some traditional Mexican food.
It's good to see you in your place telling minorities what to do for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. You come to this country. Go ahead.
I just don't have anything.
Okay.
Oh
no.
But I don't know. Yeah. So like I've been through Canada. Like British Columbia was fucking awesome. Yukon, fucking cool.
I've only been up to the Toronto area.
Yeah. But again, so like in Yukon, I stopped in Whitehorse, which is a really cool fucking little like Wild West style town. The hotel we stayed in, or a bar that was next door, had been a brothel at one point. Still the best whiskey sour I've ever had was at this fucking bar. But
nice.
But otherwise, like, no, I don't know, because the landscape, scenery, all that shit, not counting like coastal Mexico. Like I like beach and like that type of vibe. That's what I love. Like I
also
really
like desert. Like you said, you like.
I do.
Yeah.
But like for me, the place I've always want to go that I haven't yet is like southern Italy, Sicily, Greece, like basically the Mediterranean and the oh god damn it, I just completely blanked out for the goddamn Adriatic. that whole like fucking area, Istanbul, like all that shit is just it's beautiful, and I want
for sure
to go.
I'd love to do that. I want to travel
like our plan is to move there.
Europe. My want, I'm not gonna say plan because I haven't completely sold my wife on it yet, but my want is to retire early in some South American or Central American country close to the beach where the US dollar goes a long way.
Yeah. Belize is 2-1, but that's not quite the same as it's locked in 2-1 actually.
Really?
Yep,
so whatever the US dollar goes to, it's like, well, we're double.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's an interesting stand to take.
Yeah. No, they're for some. Yes, I read something like their economy is locked into ours, so it's like, one believes or I never can. I always switch in my head. Ours is worth more than theirs by
sure. Yeah. So if you take $1 to there, you get 2 of theirs.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess
it's locked in together.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I like the European side better. But we've also looked at some Asian countries like Thailand, India, Vietnam, because cost of living there is cheap as shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like you can get a TEFL certificate, which you teach English as a first language.
Yeah.
And
which is what we would do if we moved off somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can live over there and live for fucking, and like in China, if you just have a bachelor's, they'll pay for your flight over, they pay for lodging, they pay for food, all that shit. And you work like 20 hours a week.
Yeah. But you also have to get the coronavirus. So
right. Fine.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, I would like to move to some Italy. I'm down with.
Italy's cheap as shit compared
in
to
some places, not everywhere.
Well, in Rome and Venice, no, but like most like the countryside or anything out, yeah, it's way cheaper than here.
Yeah, yeah, Italy, I'm down with, but I want if I got to move off somewhere because I really do like Knoxville. If I got to move off somewhere, I either want mountains or beach.
Okay,
one or the other. I don't want just countryside. I want mountains or beach.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, Italy I'd be fine with. I think I'd be okay, even though there's not really much beach, but England I'd be okay with, even though it's not cheaper to go there. Yeah. I'm just saying.
It's more expensive actually, but
yeah, probably.
Fuck
England. Tax the shit out of it.
And food? Fuck the food there. The food there's trash.
Sure, the great thing about
I want to
Europe
go somewhere
is,
where there's
you can get anywhere you want for a weekend. Like you can go to another country for the weekend the way we travel states. I mean, but I don't know.
Regardless, I want to be able to get up in the morning and be able to eat good food if I want to and not have to travel somewhere to get it.
Sure. But
England is not that place.
They have a lot of Pakistani food in England.
They do. And it's
probably pretty good.
Yeah.
My wife and I have been invited to stay with Andre and his wife in England.
They like you guys so much more than they like me.
It's because we're likable people. Well, I mean, they don't know my wife. They don't know she could be a cunt, but
I'm a likable person.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Likely to rub people the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, no. Okay. Let me defend myself in this way. You know as well as
you're not being attacked.
No, I know. No, I'm just saying. But you know as well as I do. Like I'm joking, but you know as well as I do. If I want to put up the front and be likable, I'm a very likable and charming motherfucker. But I can only keep it up for so long.
Likable, still strong. Charming, yes. Likable, still a bit strong.
Okay.
I think charming, you're dead on. Likable it's somewhere between likable and grating.
Yeah, no, but see, the thing is, again, depending on the front. No, I agree.
I know. You absolutely are great.
No, but I'm saying
being a chameleon
for a period of time. Yeah. Eventually, again, after a while, you're
5
like,
minutes, you're
fuck this guy. This anymore, right? Yeah. Or I can get through an evening of going out with like somebody and be like, oh, hey, it's nice. We had a great time, blah, blah, and get through it. But the next time we hang out, they're going to be like, huh?
Well, this is not what I remember at all.
This is not what I remember at all. Yeah. I'm like, oh, we've met once. Now I'm comfortable with you.
How do you feel like you would handle, or could you even handle having to black tie a fair one night?
I could do it.
Tuxedo, go out. You're going to have to, do your hair, shave, all that. Like just so. Yeah. Like, I know you could, but do you feel like you could do a full night of that?
Yeah.
Without losing your shit?
I could.
Okay.
Well,
it depends on the reason you're doing it, right?
It depends on the reason I'm doing it, and depends on. Yeah, I guess that'd be reason or functionality, because I've done a black tie or two in my life.
Yeah.
And,
what for?
What was it? One was a Coast Guard, like a military type of shit. It was fucking the whole text, which I don't know if you'd count that as the same as but it's still it's decorum and all that shit. And then I had one charity fucking thing I did when I was way younger, like with church something shit, but it was like rich people and all
I don't
that
count
stuff.
That one.
Yeah, but it was still like there wasn't booze, but it was still like fucking high end, shit. But but that was different when I was, I mean, I've been to dressier things, but no black ties in, in recent.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because when people say black tie affair now, it's not quite the same as what it used to be.
Right. But I mean, well, when I say black tie, I mean a very formal upscale tux, that whole thing. But
yeah.
And I think it would depend on the reason for going, and I definitely have to mentally prep before I went.
Oh yeah,
why? Yeah, I'd have to be like, okay, this is why I'm going. If I come across if I come across a condescending cunt, I'm just gonna nod and excuse myself. Like I have to mentally.
Yeah, I don't know why they're coming all to this country either, but you have to just sit there.
No, but the second I get, so I have to prep myself for the type of people, mentally say, okay, these are the type of people that are gonna be there. Like I can handle this for a night, and then I can be likable. I can be all that shit. That's perfectly fine. But again, I have to know what I'm getting into.
Gotcha.
Like if somebody's like, "Oh, we have this event at blah 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 tomorrow night, and it's black tie. You should come along," and then I go, that's probably not going to be pleasant for anybody. But
why would you go though if you're going to be that way?
It depends on who invited me. Again, I'm saying hypothetically, I probably wouldn't go. I would decline going. But if for some reason someone was like, "Oh, you should come to this," then I'm going to be like, like say for my boss, like my job would depend on it. And they're like, "We have a black tie event tonight or tomorrow night. We need you there for this reason." Okay, and I'm going to do my best. I would do my best, but at that point, all bets are off. Like I'm going to do my best to keep it together.
Interesting. In the last 6.5 years, we've chosen 3 times to go to a black tie. It was job related, but it was absolutely not required.
Well, we have
because it was just an excuse for us to dress up and go out like date night time.
Right. Well, see, Amanda and I will do that, and we'll do shirt and tie in a fancy restaurant. But it's not fucking black tie shit.
No, I mean, not everybody was there. Like there was absolutely, because it's a rednecky area that we live in. It and somebody like people were absolutely wearing orange and white suits and ties and whatever. But but no, I always bought a specific. I went and bought a special jacket for this event every year. Like it might be black with like blue flowers all over.
See, and again, I think it depends also location. Like my company has every year, and they haven't since COVID, but they traditionally would yearly have a full on black tie, like full like gowns, tuxes, like it's the full fucking 9. Sure. And it's not mentor, but I would go to that because I would have to. But again, I would know going into it who's there, how the people are for the most part, and then I can quell that. But even then, I still have a fucking limit, So, like, if me and Amanda were there and somebody decided to be, for whatever reason, a condescending fuck to her, we're gonna have a fucking problem.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Which a lot of people could overlook that. I was like, well, he's the fucking president of the company, and I'm not saying my president of my company is like that, but I'm saying in an event, say the district VP came down and decided to be a fucking asshole to my wife. Now, I'll fucking punch him in his goddamn teeth right there in front of everybody, and then I won't have a job anymore, but I'll feel fucking better about it.
Sure.
Because to me, and we've talked about this a little bit, but there are certain lines, regardless, like I understand societal lines. I understand authority structure. I understand how this shit works. I don't always like it.
Yeah.
But I work within it. But there's still lines that within those constructs that if you don't cross, we won't have a problem. Like I will mind my P's and Q's. Yes, sirs, no, sirs. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, whatever. But as soon as you cross that line, then it's all fucking bets are off, man.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. For sure.
I mean, I had that the other day. Like I said, thing at work, everything was fine. Had he approached it differently and not made it almost an attack on my work ethic or a perceived one, then I would have handled the situation much, much more diplomatically. But because of how that shit was fucking thrown at me, then I was like, you know what? You can go fuck yourself. But I work with a bunch of guys with no fucking balls, so they're not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, no,
and if they do, I can stamp the goddamn disabled veteran card because I am a disabled veteran card and they can't fire me. So fuck off.
Yes.
Pay me off. I don't care. No, I mean, outside of that, but I'm just saying, like with any situation, going back, I can do a black tie thing. I don't like doing it. I don't enjoy it. And I feel very fucking like the whole time I'm there, but I can get through it.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be in the position where I had to do something like that every weekend or a couple of times every month.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't mind doing that once or twice a year. Like
but
I enjoy it.
But I also would have a hard time.
I don't enjoy the schmoozing part of it, but the dressing up, going out, the free booze, and seeing the whatever.
Well, Amanda really enjoys the dressing up, so I don't mind it. Like, again, if I'm prepped for it and I'm planning for it, it's not that big of a deal. Getting tossed into it is a different deal for me. And there are very few instances where you get tossed into it. But I mean, I have had things like, hey, this is a nice event. We need you to be here tomorrow type of shit. And that I'm very uncomfortable with. But I would have a harder time, though. Tell you right now, would piss me the fuck off. And you just said this, is having an event and then being like, this is a formal event, right? Like, and it's a formal event. And then I show up and there's like 3 motherfuckers or 4 motherfuckers just wearing some bullshit. I'm like, nah, why the fuck are they here?
Because they paid for a table.
Yeah.
That's why they're there.
I don't care. But that's what I'm saying. This, I'm like, okay, motherfucker. I'm like, guys, this was formal. What do you
so the event that we went to, and we, like I said, in the last 6.5 years, we've done it 3 times.
Because formal and like, okay, but there's also different levels of formal. I get that.
For sure.
But if you pitch it as a black tie, better goddamn be a black tie. If you show up in business or even just like
it's not business casual.
Yeah.
Right.
Or even if you're an evening formal versus like black tie.
Oh, now we're getting technical.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about though.
No, I got you.
No.
No, there were guys there that were wearing, there was a guy, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say guys. There was a guy there wearing an orange jacket and pants.
UT,
orange tie, white shirt.
Right.
It was a very nice suit, but it was orange and white.
Right.
And I'm a huge UT fan, but I would never do that ever. It's tacky, first of all. Now, if you're going to a tailgate, fucking fine.
Yeah.
You're the best dressed guy there. But
or if you were going to a formal Tennessee alumni get together.
Oh, I'm still jury's out on me for that one.
I'm just saying I would give it more leeway there, is what I'm saying.
Sure. I mean, most I said
that's in the
a lot of the
areas
women
that
at these things were dressed to the nines because it was like we're dressing up and going out.
Yeah.
But some of the men were dressed very nice.
But those lines have blurred more and more over the years for sure. And that's
I enjoy the fact that like I know how to put an outfit together. Like if I'm dressing up to go out something, like I know how to fucking match shit up and pick the right tie to go with things like that. And I know it works and I enjoy that. And I've never done something like that without and not had multiple people come up and go, holy shit, like you really know how to put something together. Like and I don't know. I enjoy on occasion the dressing up. I would never dress in the things that I wore to that to just go to dinner.
Yeah.
Even if we were dressing up to go out, I still wouldn't wear those things. I might put a jacket on and some really, some dark jeans, nice shoes or whatever, but not a suit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Fuck no.
No.
Yeah. Like I don't have a problem. Like I think it bothers me less to wear like a shirt and tie or a suit, like into a biz environment. It's just not comfortable. Or going out to eat, like where I like to stop is like an outstanding fucking suit. Not a black tie, like tux shit. I'm talking about like a nice, like, think of a like a custom tailored fucking Armani suit.
Every man should own one good suit.
Yeah, I don't anymore because I don't have any fucking need for one. But
yeah, you just never know.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, no, you don't. You don't know who's going to die, and you might want to put a suit on for that or whatever.
Put a suit on for a funeral.
That somebody calls you and says, "Hey, there's an event happening this weekend. I need you to be." Or there's an event, whatever. It's Friday, and your boss calls and says, "Hey, there's an event happening. I need you here. By the way, you need a suit."
Okay.
I'm just saying. That's what
I'm just saying. There's ways around that.
There are absolutely ways around it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, and especially if you have the suit tailored, because a tailored outfit, even if it's jeans, tailored for you and your body, like looks 100 times better than just buying.
Yeah, but I'm at the point though. I don't give a shit about looking good at any of that stuff. I'm saying I can appreciate a good suit. I appreciate a good tailored suit. No desire to own one or wear one.
No, yeah, my suits aren't completely.
I meant suits in general.
Yeah,
like if I really need a jacket or some
shit. I
shit,
don't want to wear a suit every day, but I still stand on every man needs one suit.
Yeah,
one black suit.
Yeah,
you should. It's just part of being a man. It's like you should know how to drink whiskey.
It's just part of being a person that has a good taste in alcohol.
Yeah, but part of being a man.
See, I don't think part of being a man is having a good a suit. I don't give a shit. I think part of being a man is knowing how to wear a suit if you have to.
Sure, but I think that's fine. I can accept that. I just think every man should own a suit.
And I would agree with you 20 years ago, not now.
No, I just think it's just some things that never go out of style.
Well, that's like saying I feel like every man should know how to fucking use a straight razor on themselves and shave with a straight razor.
I agree with that.
Do you know how to use a straight razor?
Yes, I
like
do.
a flip out or a safety razor. I'm talking about like the old school proper flip out straight edge.
I own one.
Okay, I didn't know that.
We've had this conversation.
No, because I thought you said you had like the single blade like safety razor.
No.
Okay, well I missed.
No, I have a straight razor that the blade goes into, and then I've used straight razors before myself as well that you have to strop and everything like that. Yeah. No, I know how to do that.
Yeah.
If you ever see me completely clean shaven,
Yeah.
I've used a straight razor.
See, I'll just go to the barbershop and pay them to do it.
And that's nice to do.
It's a better experience.
That's nice to do, but
I don't ever shave. So.
But I need to practice every once in a while because I just clippers now when I shave.
Yeah.
That's it. But
whatever. I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of the shit that was valued at one point is just not important in society now, and I still don't feel like it's important. Like
I think it's important for manhood.
I don't, because they're not exclusive. They don't correlate. There are things that are traditionally man's skill sets that men had, but they're not equivalent. They don't equate to like as a part of being a fucking man. To me, a man is just somebody that can handle their shit when they need to handle their shit.
I'm not saying if you don't do this stuff, you're not a man. That's not what I'm saying.
No, you said it's part of being a man.
I think every man should be able to do these things or own these things or whatever. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like you should be able to drive a stick shift. But I think it's a good thing for every person.
Right, that's what I think that's just a skill set to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like to me, like my shit and this is a whole nother fucking discussion, which if we're going to keep it short, I don't want to go into it. But to me, like, it might be a good topic at some point. But to me, like what a man should and shouldn't have is all character based and nothing to do with skill set.
But I think a lot of those things help to make up your character.
They can, depending on the purpose you're learning, but like to insinuate that you're missing something as a man to not be able to or not have those things is a different discussion.
I wouldn't say you're missing something. I'd say you're missing out on something.
I would disagree though.
Okay.
Because I mean, if it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. But yeah, I think you're missing out because you also much more. What's the word I'm looking for? Well, for you, no, not even traditionalist. I think to a point, but also again for you, like going out, having a nice suit, dressing up. It's something there's something about it you enjoy the experience of that, right? It's because it ties in like the owning the suit, being able to put together, pull together. It's something a man would do, and but that specific thing means fucking nothing to me.
I understand
being,
that.
Being able to throw a suit together, being able to do all that shit. Like, but I'm saying, but for you, that's part of like an adult, mature man with a career, with a company is something you should be able to do, put together, and you pride yourself on being able to do that. It's part of the place you are with your life.
Okay. I just enjoy doing that every once in a while. It's a strange thing. I've never really thought of it from a pride myself on it perspective.
Right. Well, the way you're talking about a minute ago that you.
Well, no. Being able to put an outfit together. Right. I do pride myself on that.
Right.
But all the rest of it.
Right. But
I don't know. Maybe I do.
But I mean, regardless of all that, but like there's certain areas. What I mean is those have meaning to you that for somebody else has no fucking meaning at all. And so for you, it's an entirely, my brain is not pulling up vocabulary words tonight, but there's a correlation between your experiences and your feeling of those experiences and your view of what manhood is or isn't.
Well, but see, I thought all those things before I experienced those things.
For a reason.
Why?
Either what you saw and looked at as being a man character or what you were taught was a manly thing to have. It's either for something you had adoration for or something that you were instilled with. One of the two.
Well, I definitely wasn't instilled with it.
Right.
And I don't remember anything about they stopped teaching cursive in school because they want children to be communists.
You smoking a lot of weed, man. You smoking a lot of fucking weed tonight. High as shit. Throw that up. But anyway, but point being is most people, adult men that still have any kind of grasp on what a man should be, which isn't many people anymore. I think where that's kind of dying out with us is a lot of things that you would define as based on either what you experienced or what you idolized at one point in time and the things you thought were valuable. And I'm talking about outside of character traits.
It's interesting because most of these thoughts I got as an adult, but a lot of them also before I could do those things or before I had done those things. I'm not going to say could do this before I had done those things, but I don't know.
But there's a reason like a man should own at least one good suit. That comes from somewhere. You didn't just pull that out of your ass.
No, but I did form that opinion at some point in the last 10 years.
Right. But it came from somewhere is my point.
Yeah, but everything came from somewhere though.
Right. But I'm saying, but there's some other type of attachment or reason that you flock to that opinion.
Okay.
Right. Whether it's be like the people that you consider to be men, or have a character trait are people that owned a good suit or that had that, or you saw that, or you read it somewhere or from somebody that's opinion you valued. Like that's how you get that shit. Very rarely. And yeah, you get something from everywhere. But I'm saying but things strike different chords with different people. Like, so say that maybe something you read triggered that. I might read the same thing and be like, it's fucking stupid. And so therefore that doesn't have the same meaning or relationship in my mind as it does for you.
Sure.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like character traits are more about what a man should and shouldn't have. And those other things that are deemed as important, whether it be a suit or whatever, are expressions of ideals within.
Yeah, but see, in my mind, both are true. The character traits, like what you're talking about, like I agree with every bit of that.
Right.
And then I also think there are these things.
But that's tied into an ideal.
Maybe.
It is. It's exactly what it is. It's tied into an ideal.
I mean, but both of them are tied into an ideal.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, so
but one is
who gives a shit.
But I'm saying one is but I guess what I mean is like the ideals you can discuss and go back and forth all day, but the expressions of those, the physical expressions of those ideals are what differ greatly from person to person. Like we would both agree that having a strong character and taking responsibility for your action is a sign of a man, right? Owning up to whether you fuck up or facing whatever situation you find yourself in and not pawning it off, right? Like that's an essential part. Yeah,
if you do it in a suit.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm getting
at. I agree with what you're saying as far as all the character traits and things like that. I just, there's just things that I think like, you never know what kind of, when you're going to be in a situation where you might need a suit. Yeah. So I think it's just like,
but see, I do. That answer is never.
That's not true.
I know.
Exactly.
I'll decline one though. I'm like, I'm not going to that.
There are situations you won't decline. You've already said that.
No, there are.
Yeah, there are. For sure. That's what I'm saying.
But the older I get, there are much fewer of those that won't decline.
I can see that for sure. But you're also the outlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
On a lot of this stuff.
100%.
So basing my opinion on how the general man should be, you cannot be taken into consideration here because you are not the general man.
Yeah.
You're not an everyman.
But I feel like there are some core values that we would agree on 100% for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you start talking about values.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is ironic with me, really.
It is. But you absolutely have a set of values.
I have an inflated sense of justice and in those values
for sure
in my brain. Yep.
You do. But
like to the point there are some I would murder for.
Yeah, I believe that. For sure.
You know.
No, I know for sure. Yeah. I do.
All right. Well, you're ready to call it, dude.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm good.
I'm
good.
Tired. So
yeah, well, this episode was for Trevor anyway.
Yeah, right. So anything else next week? Do we even guess?
We don't.
I don't remember. So. I've been slacking so much ass on getting people on here. I know we've talked to a couple other podcasts we were going to have on. You were talking
2 weeks from now we have somebody on the schedule. I'm not going to say that just in case something falls through. I'll wait till next week. But as of right now, we don't. I know we talked to Dumbass Dudes about having them come on and defend their defense of their reaction to us,
which I feel like to what I don't care about that as much as there's part of me that really wants to have a conversation with Benny, but I'm worried because of the form.
You know what? You guys should do it and then let them and us, and we'll just release it just on Patreon.
No, I'm just saying, like, he's having
set up a debate.
I don't want to debate.
I know.
I don't want to debate.
I know you don't.
No, what I want to have is a sincere discussion but again with our format and how we work and how it wouldn't work. But I would like to have a talk with Benny and actually talk about some of the shit. But I don't know. Gathered from how I've heard him talk, I think I have a hard time not getting pissed at some point or taking personal offense. And I don't at all about anything.
You don't take personal offense in what someone says, but you do come off as being personally offended by what the church has done.
I understand that. Yeah. And I think it's not so much, and I was thinking about that. And for me, it's not so much I'm personally offended, like I'm disgusted. And I think that's what comes out as
come see, come saw.
No, it's not come see, come saw. Being disgusted by and offended by are two different things.
No, I understand the two different things, but the reaction's the same for most people.
Yes. And I agree. And that's what I'm saying. I agree with the fact that I come across as being personally offended and I'm not. It's a rage inducing thing of how I've seen repetitively and provably how it's been executed. It's more of like I don't like bullies.
Gotcha.
And I'm not personally offended if you're a bully, but I'm mad and I'm going to hurt you. Like that's kind of what it comes down to,
Gotcha.
Anyway, I'm fucking done, man.
You won't shut up.
I know. Fuck you.
I mean, we were closing, and you started about your inflated sense of justice.
I know. But what it comes down to is like I would legitimately like to talk to Benny and have a conversation, or with all of them, but without it being our normal rigmarole of fucking insanity. But I don't think that would ever happen.
No, you'd have to talk to them off mic.
Or you'd have to set ground rules up, and that just completely defeats the purpose of either one of our shows.
Yeah, that's not a debate. Yeah.
Oh, God, fuck you. I don't want to debate. I hate you so much. All right, until next time.
Yeah, until next. Give us a thumbs up on Facebook at B3F Podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Twitch at B3F Podcast. And on Instagram at B3F_podcast. YouTube has all of our videos. Support us on Patreon or buy me a coffee at B3F Podcast. Send all your questions or comments to admin at B3Fpodcast.com. Find us online at B3Fpodcast.com. Rate us and review us wherever you listen. And as always, thanks for listening.